Hello and welcome everyone to Upon the Hexhamshire Moors, our Good Society game that is starting tonight. Yay! We are very excited about this. There's no intro yet, but there'll be one next week, and it'll be fun.
It'll be epic.
Trooper and I collabed on it, so, you know.
Yeah.
Yay.
So Lindy did the rapping, and I did the beatboxing.
Yes, that is what we mean by a collab. I can't wait for you to hear that next week.
No,
when our hot track drops. No, don't even say it. That's what they're gonna expect now.
I did the interpretive dance too, though. I was like beatboxing and interpretive dance.
Yeah.
Yes,
you can hear the interpretive dance in the audio.
Yeah.
But we're gonna go around. We're gonna say who we are, and then we're gonna give it over to Trooper after we all say who we are. We don't know who we're playing yet because we've made our characters. So I'm Lindy. Laugh Love Lindy, and I am very excited about tonight's game and to play with these wonderful people. I will drop it down to Yutsai. Yutsai, how are you this evening?
Hello, doing all right. Yutsai, I'm also ready to go back in time and be people doing things, very interesting things.
Oh man, someone who loves to be people doing things is Nagatosaurus. How are you, my dear?
Great. I love doing all the things, every single one. Yeah, I'm Nagatosaurus. I'm very excited to be here. I've never played this game before, and I'm excited to see what it's all about and all the. I'm a drama hound, so I'm 100% here for it.
Someone who's always 100% here for it. Coffee or no. Simon, Wandering DM, how are you?
Oh, hi. Hi, everyone. My first time doing Good Society, so I'm excited, a little bit nervous. And yeah, I'm here to probably try to not be as horny as all my characters end up being.
Well, you can be horny, but only in a Regency sort of way, which is like
lots of longing.
Yes.
Lots of longing. You touch someone's hand, and there's just
I will be sighing a whole lot.
Yes, and I also realized I forgot to apologize in advance for my intros to people and my transitions. Nugget's used to them, but I'm sorry in advance for everyone else for all the sessions yet to come, and especially for our facilitator, Trooper. How are you this evening?
I am so excited. If you'll notice, I'm dressed down. I'm not dressed particularly Regency tonight because it's our session 0 and we're not in character yet. We're just kind of hanging out. I will certainly be bringing the cravat next week. I was so excited. I found a great book. Lady and I were talking about it. It's called like The Art of the Cravat. It's written by this guy. It's
ridiculous.
It's so good. It's all about how to tie your cravat. Like there are like 26 different ways. And he's very, very opinionated about many, many things. He's like, if you walk into a party and you have like the most expensive, frock coat that's the most current style, but your cravat is not tied exactly how I tell you in this book, people will look at you and they will not speak with you and your life will be ruined. And they will laugh at you. However, if you happen to use my book and you tie your cravat exactly how I tell you to in one of these 26 ways,
women will fawn upon you. And it was kind of hilarious and ridiculous. So I can't wait to see which cravat you're going to be wearing, which style, so I can judge you.
Yeah, I have to really study this book exactly how to tie the cravat in the right way and not give the wrong impression, so that my life will not be over, which is what I learned. So I am facilitating this, and I have played and facilitated a Good Society before, but all the Good Society campaigns that I've done so far and also have watched have been fairly short, usually between 2 and 6 sessions, averaging around 4. And when you do that, there are a bunch of rules we don't get to use, really cool things that I love, like specifically inner conflict. And so I'm really excited about being asked by Lindy to run a longer campaign of Good Society, somewhere between 14 and 16 sessions. We'll find out once we get through our first 2 cycles about how long it'll go. And I'm really excited to run specifically the Emma Forget-Me-Not expansion, which I've not seen done yet on APs. It might have been, but I've not seen it. It's one of their newer expansions, and it is meant to bring you the sort of long-spanning, romantic, dreary, rain-swept moors of like the Brontes, a little bit capital R romantic, a little bit gothic, a little bit dramatic, and I'm here for it, and I'm really excited for all of you here who are coming to watch us today, and I'm really excited for doing session 0, all of this together live with you all. And I hope Lindy is prepared to be switching back and forth between play document and like roll 20 and all of that.
Sure. I've got the roll 20.
do you have the play document?
I have it open as a player, but I don't have it on the stream, so people might just have to suffer. I don't know.
Wow. Gosh, Lindy, you know, we'll have to talk about this, but we probably won't because you just threatened me. So, so this is Good Society is a game that is a diceless game that has a lot of really cool mechanics. That is all about sort of bringing forth the feeling of a Jane Austen novel or novels of the Regency era. So romantic, difficult. It's all about sort of character drama, interpersonal drama. It is about the tensions between what you want and what society expects from you, the different desires you have. How do you survive in a society where it's not who you are matters almost as much as who your family is and what they've done, and how do you sort of struggle and deal with all of those things. And this one in particular we're going to be doing will like sweep a huge amount of time, where we'll pass, you know, who knows how many years we'll be passing through within this time period, but quite a lot. This particular campaign, which we're going to be calling Upon the Hexhamshire Moors, is going to be set in a small hamlet called Barden's Mill, which today has about like 500 people in it. Who knows how many people it had in the 18 teens and 20s and 30s, but it is about like a mile from Hadrian's Wall. You can see Hadrian's Wall, the old Roman wall, just walk right by it. It's in northern England. It's on the eastern side. It's in Northumberland, and it's got Hadrian's Wall. It has also got a barn that is famously haunted, and it is this really sort of interesting place where you have there's like a number of really sort of big, important, sort of large manors, one of which was the historical home of the relatives of the Queen Mother. So you have like sort of really sort of interesting aristocrats have their homes up there, but also this is the space of quarries and coal mines. So you have some these beginnings of the space where industrialism will take place. And if you know your big history, the Industrial Revolution hits the 1830s, right? And that's about when we get this big rail line that comes right through this area to sort of link Carlisle and Newcastle, right? So we're in a space where we're going to get new money and industrialists and like inventors and all of this with like aristocracy and like the phantoms of ancient Rome, right? So we've got all this space up in the north, and we're also not by London, which is very interesting. So we've got this kind of like really interesting sort of space, and this is where we will take place, where our adventure will take place. And I'm really excited to see what everyone is going to do. So I should say a couple things to start us off. This is like our our beginning. So Good Society is a game that is player driven and it's collaborative. And what that means is that because we don't have dice, for the most part, you can do whatever it is that you want, and you can have whatever it is you want to have happen, as long as it doesn't impact other people. If you want your character, like there are things you need to spend your resolve tokens for, things like knowing things that maybe your character wouldn't know. Like maybe there's a conversation happening between two people in private and you think it'd be very interesting if your character might be overhearing that conversation. That would be a resolve token, right? Or if you want a storm to happen so that your rival may not actually make it to the wedding on time and actually just miss the entire wedding, that might also be a resolve token. These are things you can do, and so things like that will be resolve tokens. There's a sort of space for that, but this is a place where we, all of us together, are going to be telling an amazing story where we are making our characters suffer quite a lot, and sort of building this amazing story together. And there's a lot of freedom for the players, for all of you all to create a lot and sort of build things together. And really, the best way in which this works is this: when we do this all together, we know we're here to help each other out and give a spotlight to our friends. So we talked about our lines and veils before we started stream and our safety tools. And what we're going to do right now is what we call collaboration. So each session of each campaign of Good Society starts with a collaboration. So if you all are on your online play document, we can check it out. And we're going to talk about what kind of expectations we want to set up. So the first part of our expectations is what kind of tone we would like to have for our game. Now, I will note that in the regular Good Society, the three tones are like dramatic, romantic comedy, and farce. But we are doing Emma Forget Me Not, and those are not the tones for us. Our tones are stormy, rain-soaked, or sunlit, but for our particular playset, the Wild Windy Moors, sunlit is off the table. So we must choose between stormy, as a group, between stormy or rain-soaked. A stormy campaign, a stormy tone is grim, dark, passionate, and angry. Our desires are pressing hungers. The world is hostile and unkind. Or rain-soaked, which is the default. Melancholy, soul-searching, and consumed with yearning. Our desires are impossible dreams that duty and circumstance will not allow. We are our own worst enemy. Of those two, what are you all thinking?
Oh, I'm thinking yearning. That's a classic.
I'm always my own worst enemy, so I'm always down for that.
I am good with either. I like both.
It's high.
God, there is something about stormy that calls to me. But I'm also good with either setting. They can both be very fun for. I guess I don't see a lot of angry characters usually when I play, so that's why it called to me.
Well, you can still be angry. It's just that it will be a little bit less grim. You can certainly be Heathcliff. Is all I'm saying. So let's go rain-soaked as our sort of base tone. The next thing, and this is actually really quite important. This is specific to the Emma playset, which is how long will our game span? We have several years, half a lifetime, which is the default, a whole lifetime, or several lifetimes. So do we want this to last 20, 30 years, 4 or 5, 50, 60? Do we want to sort of hit our grandkids? How long? Because remember, this is all about going off to sea, or wherever you're going off, and changing over time. And we're going to start off somewhere, and you'll probably end up much older than we started. And we'll see how our relationships and how our lives change over sort of a longer sweep, which I'm actually kind of excited about. I think games like Pendragon will do that maybe, but not a lot of games really hit that big long sweep. I don't know. So there are actually I know a lot of RPGs that have things like life drain, old D&D would be that monster adds 10 years to your life. Oh no, but people are like, yeah, we're not going to play that long, right? Or terminal illness that I'll die in 10 years in game. But here we get to have a whole big full sweep. So what are you all thinking about for how long of a time span you'd like this game to go?
I'm good with 1 lifetime or less. Just because it's my first time, I would avoid multiple generations.
Absolutely.
Because I'm really not sure where things are going to go.
Now, let me tell you something that may help you with your decision-making process. How at the end of each cycle, we are going to advance time some. We'll have a certain amount of time pass based on between each cycle. If we choose several years, we'll have about 1 to 2 years. We get to decide between each cycle. If we go with half a lifetime, it'll be anywhere between 4 to 10 years between cycles. If we go with a lifetime, it will be anywhere between 5 to 20 years per cycle, and several lifetimes will be anywhere between 10 and 30. If that helps.
think I'd vote for either half a lifetime or a full lifetime.
Same.
I do.
Same.
I want to see that like longer spread. So a
Yeah.
few years doesn't really quite hit that, but also multiple generations are also a little hinky for me.
But like at the same time, if we play characters that are in their 30s at the start of the game, and we go half a lifetime, it's actually almost their whole lifetime, considering
true.
that we're in early 19th century.
Yeah, that's fair.
This is true. I mean, some people lived a long time.
Some people.
No, you can.
Just
It
don't be a miner.
depends.
Just
Yeah.
Don't be a coal
Shit.
miner.
don't
Here's-
be a coal miner.
You said there were coal mines in that village.
Yeah, there are. And also, like,
Oh man,
there's,
Simon
like,
already had his concept character together.
granite quarries and everything. Like, I'm just saying that, like, I was just reading about the deaths of 13-year-olds in the coal mines.
My
yeah.
black long coal miner, heir to a fortune character concept just went out the window. But yeah, no, half or a full lifetime. I'm okay with either.
Mm-hmm.
Should we do
Agree.
a half? Because we're going for kind of like a longer game,
Sure,
perhaps?
that sounds good.
Okay, let's do a half.
Half lifetime. Standard.
So then, standards, pretty good, right? So then our next thing to decide as a group is how important is historical accuracy? There are a couple of options. Our options are historical. So it is the standard. No, that's the wrong question. Pardon me. A little important. So we will do the best job we can, but story is much more important than history. Somewhat important, which is the default. We'll try to get it right where it counts, but we'll never stop a game to find out a historical fact. During breaks, we will call on other players with more knowledge when something seems particularly important. If we're not sure, we'll just make the best guess we can. And then there's very important, which is we commit to arming ourselves with knowledge ahead of time to enable more historical accuracy. We will call on the expertise of other players to help us get it right. We will avoid stopping the game, but we can look things up during breaks and between sessions to help with further play. And I know that Simon wants full-on very important all the time. And he's going to be the expert because he told us.
he did
yeah.
before we started. So it was like,
yep.
this is my jam.
I am actually in an immortal creature. I have lived through Regency, and I can tell you right now that the word gnarly was very popular back then.
At a group every Friday.
Yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
I all joking aside, I'm fine with either somewhat important or not as important. I don't mind being wrong when I if I think something's right and I say it and someone corrects me, totally fine. But yeah, I don't know if I can stay true to a level of accuracy that the last option demands.
I
Fair.
vote for somewhat important because I can't hold everyone accountable for knowing weird historical facts, and I'm not entirely familiar with the Regency period except for pretty much every Jane Austen movie.
And that the word gnarly was really popular at the time.
And that the word gnarly was really popular.
Yeah.
But aside from those two very obvious facts, I'm going to go somewhat important because I do love history, but it doesn't control me. So, yeah.
I like somewhat important because I would rather be able to, let's say, describe a situation or a scene and get the point across without getting without blocking on every little details, like the cravat, what is the specific knot of your cravat right now? I don't know their names, but I'm wearing the right one.
It's
That's
the
the
one
whole
that
point.
gets me all the ladies,
That
obviously,
one.
in this specific scenario, which is a funeral.
By the way, I'm also not quite certain that author is legit. I mean, like, he was from the time period and he was
sounded
writing.
a lot like he was just trying to sell his book.
It really did.
In his book.
Yeah, really. Yeah, I have some questions.
I
about
think he was the Sigma male of his time.
Oh.
it. So, are we good with somewhat? Okay. So the next question is, how will we treat the gender power balance? Will we go with historical, which is like the standard Regency patriarchy? Will we go with off, wherein it's normal, acceptable for people of all genders to have significant respectable careers, make the first move, inherit entailed estates, have marital relationships with all genders, etc.? Or will we go with in reverse, where we have a big old matriarchy going on, where only women may have significant respectable careers, make the first move, or inherit entailed estates.
I'm fine with any of them. They all, whether it's more accurate or completely in reverse, sounds interesting.
Either. I don't like. I mean, I don't mind any, because if we play historical and I play a guy, I'm with the patriarchy and I win. But like, honestly,
Depends
whichever.
on the guy you are.
Yeah, but whichever I'm fine with, honestly.
I saw Nugget making some faces, and I want to know what she thinks.
As much as I would love a matriarchal society, I think I would prefer either historical or what was the any off. So one of those two, I think, for me personally.
I think historical could be fun because I see a lot of games that just choose to be like, we can all be whatever, and that is fun and that is great. But I think it can also be fun to play into those old classic.
And it's our first time. We're
Yeah.
exploring the Regency era, so might as well.
And I will also note, if we're going to be historically accurate, Jane Austen wrote novels, right? Like, so right,
Yeah.
people did stuff, right? And I think that sort of, it's always important to remember that while there may have been a prevailing society, people did things all the time.
Yep.
And depending if you were Lord Byron, you did people all the time, because that was also
That was mentioned a lot in Northanger Abbey that we watched last night, Nugget and I. They're like, he's as bad as Lord Byron. And I was like, oh.
Lord Byron was pretty scandalous. And then we have the last question, which I have a preference, and I'm going to put it out there and you can see what you think. And it is, how much hidden information will be in the game? And our options are some or none. None, everything is open. And then some, everything is open except for our desires, which will remain secret. Yes, so that is those are our options. So the things that are in this game, you have relationships, public and then private. You have your role, you have your family background, you have your inner conflicts, and you have your desires. And if you have no private information, all of that is up front. If you have some information, the public and private relationships are, everybody at the table knows. Everybody knows everything else. The only thing they don't know is the secret desires of your character, like what your secret goals are.
I'm all for secret desires.
I like secrets.
Yep.
So here's what I will tell you. Every game I've played, facilitated, or seen always does everything completely open, mainly because they're only playing for like 2 sessions. And so they're like, well, we don't have time, so let's just have it all be open. But I was like, I want to see what it's like when people don't know that you're secretly trying to go and get so-and-so married to so-and-so, or break up that engagement. I want to know what that's like. So I would love that personally. Okay, so our collaboration is done. Because we've already talked a little bit about what we want to avoid or see. So we will come in and we will start with creating our backstories. We're going to go to the Roll20 page.
Okay.
I hope you're excited for this. This is something that I have, I spent a little bit, an inappropriate amount of time getting ready for this. I'm going to bring us all over to this page. Don't touch anything.
Whoa.
Don't touch anything yet. Okay. So when we create characters together, I'm so excited to do this with you. The first thing we have to do is choose. So this is a play set, and you can see there are 5 little groupings, and one is the spare, which is in gray. So what we have to do, the very first thing, the most important thing we have to do is choose our desires. And in this particular expansion, each character has 2 desires, an immediate desire and a lifetime desire. And immediate desires might change somewhat regularly, but that lifetime desire is going to sort of be there sort of more long term. Now, so a couple of things just to let you know right off the bat. What you're looking at right now are the public sides of these cards. The pink cards are your desires, and the blue cards are your relationships. And when you pick your desires, those relationships comes with them. There's a nice little quote on the front that doesn't tell you what the desire actually is, but gives you kind of a vibe about it. A sort of a sense. Like this one over here says, marriage is indeed a maneuvering business for the immediate desire. The one on the right is the long term. Our scars make us know that our past was real, would be the long term desire. What is on the backside would be a secret. And so everyone has these particular ones. We can sort of think about it. I will also note a couple of things that need to be said before we start. If you pick up your desires and they have associated cards, relationship cards with them, and you're not into it, you can take the spare that's hanging out on the side. That's what that's there for. But let me just note a couple of things about this particular playset, which is the Wily Windy Moors. Some things just to note. The person who holds desire number 8, which is, and this all has to just be out there up in the front. Desire number 8 is, that's 16. Let me see.
Top right.
Top right. Thank you. The person who has that desire, their aim is to restore their family's reputation. So whoever takes that one is going to have to come up with a very scandalous past for their family. Something scandalous. And just a note, you've got to make sure that whatever your family did was something really awful, so that something that's really hard to forgive, right? Otherwise, you don't have much to do, because that is a big, long-term desire. So something terrible happened with your family that is quite unforgivable, and you're trying to get that back. And so, something like maybe an immoral affair, illegitimate children, cheating in a duel to the death, or misappropriating church funds, something very, very scandalous. That will be that one. Also, the character with desire 19 is tasked, which is which one is that? It's not 19. There's somebody here who needs to break up a relationship, is all I'm trying to tell you. And so there needs to be a relationship that's has to be established. We have to know that it's going to be a romantic relationship that has to be established. And also, one of the major characters should be the rival. Just going to note we've got some of that. And then also, just so you know, the person with the lifetime desire number 4, which is the first top left. If you pick that one, you've got to be willing to actively act against another major character that will be your arch enemy. Because you have an arch enemy, and you want to ruin them. And if you do not want to, if nobody wants to be the person who has an arch enemy that they want to ruin, the spare is always there. So I'm going to read out the front page, the front sides of these desires, and we can talk about what people want. So you have this first one, which is marriage is indeed a maneuvering business, as the immediate, and the long-term desire, our scars make us know that our past was real. This person has an arch enemy and also acquaintances. We have the next one over, which is what is right to be done cannot be done too soon, as the immediate, and the long-term desire, they're more myself than I am. Whatever our souls are made of, theirs and mine are the same. And they have a former friend and an object of affection as their relationships. And then you have top right, which has the immediate desire. There are people who, the more you do for them, the less they will do for themselves. And their long-term desire, what is right to be done cannot be done too soon. I will note both 2 and 3 have the same public face for their desire. Does not mean they have a different back face, but what does that mean? And that person is a sibling with someone. They have a sibling relationship with someone. And then our fourth one is they were as strangers, worse than strangers, for they could never become acquainted, is their immediate desire. And their long-term desire is, I do not advise you to marry for love alone. There are many, many other things to be considered. And they have a friend's relationship with someone. The spare, which we can use if somebody doesn't want one of those or picks up their desires and are not into it, is the immediate. Selfishness must always be forgiven, because there is no hope of a cure. And then their long-term, You know that I could as soon forget you as my. You know that I could as soon forget you as my existence, and they have a relationship. So that setup. Let me ask: Does anyone here have some burning desires for some of these desires? Any desires call to you?
I'm looking at maybe 2 more than the other 2. I don't know if wow. Okay. Half of them speak to me.
Here, I'm gonna do this.
Which 2 sets are speaking to you?
I'm gonna put numbers here so that we.
Yes, we can easily reference them. That'd be great.
Yes.
Or even
Right
letters
here.
like A, B, C, D or something.
Well,
Okay,
we have
no,
player
there you
1,
go.
player 2, player. So I like player 1 and player 2.
Okay.
But that's mostly because I like their I'm going by long-term desire more than anything. And the other 2, well, mind you, even player 3. So I should say player 4 is the one that I'm maybe less, but that's it's their long-term desire that I because if you're going to make a mistake, you should marry for love and bring ruin to your whole family.
But maybe you marry not for love and you also bring ruin to your entire family. I don't because who knows who you marry? You could marry just the worst.
Yeah.
That is true.
I'm taking notes because it's necessary. Anybody else got things that call to them?
The spare long-term desires kind of calling to me. I'm not gonna lie. But
I'm gonna note that. Well, that's there.
I also like number 2. I'm pretty flexible though. I'm not against any of these. I'd play any of them.
I'm kind of in the same boat.
Nugget.
I like 2 and 3. I think those are the ones that are kind of I like the other ones, but those are the 2 that I just keep rereading.
All right. So we've got Simon is being called by a 1 as our only 1. Nugget, you've got a 2 and a 3 in your life right now, which you're the only 3 at the moment. Lindy, you've got a 2 and a spare. So we're looking at the 1, we're looking at the 2, the 4, and the spare as they currently opened. So the 2 is somebody who's in a relationship, probably that Archie is not going to be happy with it. We don't know. I don't know. We've got a friend over there in 4 who's got some kind of yearning going on. And we have got the spare who, is a relation of someone.
I might just be bad at understanding Regency speak, but can someone explain 18 to me, which is the first card of player 4? What's the general tone of that? I can't quite grasp it for some
They
reason.
were strangers. Worse than strangers, for they could never become acquainted.
Sounds like there's somebody that you desire to become acquainted with, but you cannot.
Oh, okay. Okay, I get it.
Cannot.
Worse than strangers.
It's bad to be worse than strangers.
Yes. For you can never become acquaintances.
I have a question about the arch enemy.
Yes.
Does it have to be a player?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it does. You have to give one of your cards to someone and take a card from someone else.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, okay.
Well, somebody will take a card from you, basically. So someone will be like, yeah, I'll be your arch enemy, and then take that.
Oh, interesting. So you don't get to give it, they take it.
People are like, I think I want this one.
Then I will go for player 1.
All right.
Simon, you're going to go for player 1.
I'm going to go,
You just
take
want
the
an arch
plunge,
enemy.
take the dive, and have people hate me if need be.
I'm going to give you. Would you right-click on the desires, but not the relationships, and
Yeah.
take them? And if you take them, I believe then you can look at the back of them and see what all is up there.
Mm.
You
Mm.
should be able to see the back, yes.
I have to put them on the screen to be able to flip
Yeah.
them and see the back.
Really?
But you can
But
put
yeah.
him on his own screen. You can make a new screen for each player and then drag each player to see their secret stuff if you want once they make their decision.
If you click on your cards,
Yeah.
can you? It looks like
Oh,
you're
like
seeing
if you just click on it but not drag
Yeah.
it, does that open
Yeah.
it
No,
up?
it says like it. For
Oh.
instance, marriage is indeed a maneuvering business.
Hold on, let me see. Let me see.
I think it's in your settings for the
Yes.
cards. They have to be like face up in the
When played to the tabletop, in hands, players see the front of cards.
yeah,
No, in
should
others' hands we don't. I don't think you want
Mm-hmm.
in others' hands you don't want that. When played to the tabletop, show to players, show fronts, discard pile, remove pile. Let's go right there. Close. Oh, hold on. We want actually that. That's what you want. I see what's happening. Okay, so I fixed that. All right. Ooh. Yeah.
I'm just gonna take them back to see if
Yeah. Tell me if you get a different thing there.
nah, they're the same.
Really? All right. Let me. Why can't
And now I have 3.
you have 3?
I don't know.
One of them did not
Oh.
discard, but
Oh,
there you go. I did.
Let me get you. Simon, I'm going to drop you something.
You
Si-
can drop me anything.
I will. I'm going to drop you in our Discord the backs of those cards.
Yeah, that works.
That works.
I can do that.
Yeah.
Because I can do that.
Okay.
Yes. So we have Simon as number 1.
Simon would be number 1. Simon's great.
Thank you. I would not say that of myself.
That's because you're also humble, but also clearly you've got an arch nemesis going on. Just saying. All right. Who's being called to? Nugget, are you excited for 3? How do you feel?
I'm undecided at this moment.
Think
I
about
don't know yet.
Think about it.
Hmm.
You want to choose before you get to see the backs, though. Simon, you are 16 and 4.
I'm currently at the crossroads of wanting to play something comfortable and want to try something new. So I'm just kind of like waiting. I'm letting the whims of fate kind of decide, or taking whatever's left.
Okay, so it's up to me and Nugget then, is what you're saying.
If I'm offloading the decision onto you two.
All right. Whew.
Pressure.
Okay. Well, you said you're into 2 and 3, kind of, Nugget.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not particularly into 3. If you want to take 3, I will take 2.
Which would then give Yutsai
Yutsai.
4.
Would it be? I would be 4.
If that works.
So
Yeah.
Lindy, you are 2.
Get a friend.
Tesla.
Nugget is 3.
Mm-hmm.
Trooper,
Yes.
if the cards are supposed to have the same number, the first one you sent me is not the right one.
Oh. That's interesting.
And neither. Give me a
The
second.
second one
Yeah.
is correct.
The second one is correct, but the first one should be number 16.
Yes.
Because 167 is the I haven't read it yet, but I saw the number. 167 is the spare.
Yes. Okay, hold on.
Aha.
But I will go read the other one though.
Yes, let me get that one for you.
Not gonna lie, the spare was tempting, but I do like the relationship cards of number 2.
Mhm.
There.
Looks like I got some internal struggle in player 4 here.
We're looking for a 16, yes?
We're looking for a 16.
16. Do I hear 16? 16. Oh,
Yes.
my soul.
Yes, here. This should be 16. This should be 16. That should be 16. And then let me get you here. And did I do that right? I did. In which case,
Aha, this is a
Okay.
16.
thank you. Lindy, I'm going to drop you. You can take your cards, by the way.
All right.
Right click and take them. Lindy's number 2, so you're 1 and 163. Now keep the back end of your desires secret, but if there are things that have to be established, then note it. All right, desire the back of your 1 and 163. So 1 for you, Lindy, and then 163 back. Mhm. And then let me get you yours.
Oh.
And by the way, this is like the best place for you to have it, so then you don't have to worry about it. So now, Nugget, I'm going to message you. You will be getting 11 and 8. 11 is your immediate. So 11. Here's your immediate. And then 8. It is currently loading. And then, perfect. And then Yusai, you have 18 and 162. So 18 for you. If we were in person, I'd just hand these over to you. Desire. Oops, wrong person.
Interesting.
Don't want to do that. Oh, is it interesting?
It is interesting.
Is it?
I think so, especially depending on who takes what card.
Interesting. 18 and 162. So Yusai, here's your back for 18, your immediate, and then 162, your back. Coming in there. Okay. So have you looked at the back of your look at the back of your desires, and then decide if there's anything that you, because there's some things might need to be established. But if that has happened, it is now time to determine, you just like marinate on your immediate and your long-term desires. Just like think about it, put it in your mind, let it be there for you. It's important. And then we have relationships. So it is important that what we do at this moment is that if there is a relationship that calls to you, you'd say, hey, I'm thinking about this character and I think I really want to be this person's sibling. And then you would take, right, that sibling card from them. But this is a conversation. If there's something, if in your mind you're thinking about some things, but I do know we've got some kind of scandalous past, and we've got some arch rivals, and we've got some people who wanted to break up some relationships, I think. Just noting it. And for our audience, Simon has 2 cards. Arch enemy. The giver and taker of this card are arch enemies, and they desire each other's complete and utter ruin. That's the public. But also acquaintances. The giver and taker of this card became friends during the season in London 3 years ago. So the season, by the way, in case you don't know, is the season is the season of going to balls and having parties. It's the party season. Like there's a whole season when you would go to London and then just regularly go to balls and party. This is it. And then Lindy has got former friend. The giver and taker of this card were former friends until the giver's cruel actions ended the relationship abruptly. So Lindy's character did something cruel.
Oops.
And also object of affection. The giver of this card is clearly in love with the taker. Nugget has got siblings. The taker of this card is the sibling of the giver. The giver will determine who is older and who is younger. And then Yutsai has got friends. The giver and taker of this card are long-standing acquaintances. They still visit on the rare occasion. So, does anyone have any great feelings that they're thinking about for this?
I feel like my cat should drool on me less. Hold on.
Well, I mean, maybe they shouldn't.
She's just so happy. Ugh.
Also, if there's any, by the way, if you look at the back of your card, if there's any public knowledge on the back of your card, you should say that out loud.
Yeah, I've there's something that I have to say.
Will it say public knowledge or will it just say do a thing?
No, it's a say I've been reading and pondering over my two desires. Especially the one with your arch nemesis.
Mm-hmm.
The way it's written, it's unambiguous that I was the wronged party.
Oh, you were wronged, were you? Oh, interesting. Someone
Yep.
wronged you. Well.
But I don't know if I would like that.
Talk about.
Or if I would like the one that's sitting in the spare.
Ooh. Interesting.
You have a choice.
Because the spare is what you sent me first, Trooper.
Mm-hmm.
So he's gotten a
And-
taste.
And I got a taste. And I kind of like it because it fits with my marriage is indeed a maneuvering business.
Ooh.
But you have to give it both of them.
Oh.
Oh, they have to both be.
Mhm. They go together.
Like peanut butter and jelly.
Yep.
Pancakes and syrup.
Shit.
Mm-hmm.
Let me mull it over.
And then also, then you would not have the arch nemesis, arch enemy in the acquaintance. You would have a relation.
Just relation. Yeah.
His uncle.
Does any public knowledge mean that will it say public knowledge or something like that?
It'll say public knowledge.
Oh, then I don't. Nope.
Nope,
I have
nope.
something I need to do.
Okay.
But it's not.
All right.
I don't
It's
think we're on
fine.
that sheet yet.
I do have public knowledge.
Oh, what is your public knowledge? We should say this before we choose our relationships.
Yes.
So I'm just gonna read what it says because I don't know. The scandal your family caused.
Oh,
Cause and spread 2 negative rumors about your family and the scandal they caused.
okay. So,
Oh.
Nugget, your family has caused a scandal,
Oh no.
and somebody else here is related to you, which means they also have this scandalous family. Interesting. Interesting. Let's note that we won't get those reputations yet because I feel like your sibling might want to have some input on that.
Yeah.
Yes. So let me ask: does somebody really want to take one of these relationship cards? If somebody's like,
Oh.
yeah, I really
The ones in the spare?
the ones that are in our group, unless you want to
take
switch
each
from
other's.
yeah,
Yeah.
you take each other's. So, for example, Simon, you could be like, "Oh, I want to be the object of affection of Lindy's character."
Oh, of the other. Okay, the relationship. I'm still stuck at desire. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're still
You're
still
fine.
dithering between if you want to give up the arch and mean acquaintances and
Okay.
those two desires and move over
Yeah.
to selfishness and
Could I read selfishness? Am I allowed to like flip it over and read it?
well, you could. But the question is, do you want it?
Because right now I'm like, I don't feel like being the wronged party. I'm not.
Well, I mean, it's not like it could be also somewhat. You could be wronged, but also you could have been wronged for reasons.
Yeah.
I mean, we could wrong you for like a good reason.
But then there's the longing at 167. The longing. Gosh. Darn. No, I will keep what I have. I will keep what I
Okay.
have.
Okay. All right. So, I'm going to start. Lindy,
Yes. Oh no.
is there
You
a?
picked
Is there
me
a,
first.
I did pick you first. Is there a relation card that speaks to you with what you're thinking about?
See,
You've got you.
Here's the tricky thing: is I know who I would give my relationship cards to.
Different people.
I know.
Yeah.
I know they have to be different people. But I know who
And
I'd
you-
give them to. Let me finish talking, Trooper. I know who I would give my relationship cards to. However, I do not know what relationship cards I wish to take. If that makes sense. Like I have secret desires for who should have my cards, but I have no particular druthers at this moment, or indications on which cards I should take myself.
All right.
Quick question.
Yes.
Do the relationship cards, are they associated with the desires we got?
Those things are a package set, right? So if you have the two that you have, you are friends with someone, and you get to somebody who was just like, I want to be friends with your character. I want us to have a friend relationship. We take that card from you.
But if one of the desires implies a closeness with another character, it doesn't necessarily have to be.
Doesn't have to be, no.
Okay, that's what I want to know.
Yeah.
I'm just going to make things hard for myself. And can I be siblings with a disgraced family?
Yes, you may.
Ooh, interesting.
Please. And because this is now public, you can just flip that siblings over. You can take it and flip it.
Flip.
What's it say in the back?
The taker of this card is a sibling of the giver. The giver will determine who is older and who is younger.
Okay. So the back is the same. You are siblings. Please note, your family did something really awful. We'll have to discuss it. Nugget. Is there one that speaks to you? You're muted.
There we go. Okay. Because I don't get to do this often. I'm gonna take Lindy's former friend card.
Oh.
That's kind of what I was hoping.
Oh wait, I think
We're
it's-
usually such good friends in games.
Huh.
Now we get to be
Will you
former.
read the back of it?
friends.
Yes. Okay.
And you can put it under Nugget if you like.
Okay. Wait. How do I?
Yeah, just click the thing open and then drag the card out and then flip it.
And then if you right click on it, you could, yeah.
Boom.
So what,
The giver of this card wronged the taker painfully and completely.
Yep.
Ooh,
I heard our friendship.
How
real
dare you.
bad. Okay.
I
How dare
know
you?
I know what I want to take now.
Okay. Lindy, what do you want to take?
I'm going to take the acquaintances card from Simon.
Oh, all right. Okay. Take it and then flip that over. What's it say on the back?
The giver and taker of this card became friends during London's season 3 years ago. Flip. Oh. Oh my. Okay. The giver and taker of this card have been secretly engaged for years despite the disapproval of one of their families. While the giver wishes to go ahead, the taker has become reluctant. The taker is higher in social status and wealthier than the giver.
Okay, but wait.
Mhm.
Because I have I have a not public knowledge
Uh-huh.
desire linked to this card.
Do you?
Yes. And so, but we have to keep it secret, right? So I can just send you the
Yes.
text yourself,
Oh,
right?
interesting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I will do that on.
Oh no, I'm so spicy because
Discord.
someone has to take my object of affection.
Yes,
card.
that is true, and it
There
cannot
could be a
Simon.
love triangle here.
And it can't be Simon.
Oh,
Simon
no.
can't take it because you can't exchange that one. Okay, so let's see. Lindy's character is a secret fiance with Simon's character. Interesting. Simon, which card would you like to take?
I wasn't expecting that.
I'm excited about that secret
Me
fiance.
neither. I had no idea.
Secret fiancés. Okay, I'm ready for it.
Okay, wait. So which card is still available?
You've got friend.
Friends.
Yes, you've got friends. Is what you've got.
Then I will take friends
Oh,
You're
does this mean
with Yutsai.
Yeah.
that? Oh,
Aw. What's the back
so
say?
we are long-standing acquaintances. We still visit on the rare occasion. And we are old flames. We had a
Oh.
romance once, and while the raging fire of our feelings is quietened, the spark never truly dies.
Oh my
hold on
goodness.
a second. Does this mean that the object of affection card can only go to Yutsai? Which means we are like a spicy love triangle because
Well, Nugget can also.
Nugget could take it. This is
Yeah.
true.
Because there's still the arch enemy that no one
Yes.
has. So.
That
And
is
somebody
true.
also has to have the arch enemy. So we need to get the object of affection and arch enemy out there. Those are the two that need to be taken.
Yeah, are we both old flames and arch enemies?
I mean, that might have been. Do you want to have
Ooh.
a
Ooh.
homoerotic sword fight under the rain?
I honestly don't know. I've never done it before.
I mean, because it could be that the spark is, you know how what they say,
That you could do that.
love and hate are very similar in.
Alternatively, Nugget could be your arch enemy because you were former flames with their sibling.
Oh, what if I
I-
did? Oh, yeah.
That does widen the associations.
I like
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
Can I take that? I'm gonna
Yes.
take that.
Arch enemy.
It
Yes.
just seemed very Nugget. Is,
That
is
works.
all I'm
Yeah.
saying.
I want to know what's on the back.
What's the back?
Oh,
it's
it's
the
just the
same.
same
It's the
thing.
same.
Okay.
Okay.
Say.
So now we have the object of affection. So Lindy's character is secret fiancés with Simon's character, but who is the object of Lindy's affection, though?
I mean,
But it's not Simon because Lindy's
It's not
character's getting
Simon.
some cold feet for some reason. I wonder what that reason might be.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, but wait. Because at worst, the way my desire card is written,
Mm-hmm.
oh no, it should have been the opposite. I would have needed to be the giver of the card for it to work. Yeah, never mind.
I could check object of affection.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can't take object of
Yeah.
affection because I took Lindy's former friend.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, you did.
I'm mainly hesitant because I'm like reading my desires. It's like, how is this going to make any sort of sense?
Well,
But
we
we'll
don't know what
figure
the
it
back
out.
of the card says yet,
That is
which
true.
could be
That is
different.
true.
So,
It's true.
all right.
We could
let's-
go full yandere.
we
Okay.
might. Oh,
Okay.
right. Let's flip that card.
Does that mean Yusai is the object of Lindy's character's affection?
Yes.
Okay. What is the back?
The back. The giver of this card is clearly in love with the taker. Whether the taker chooses to reciprocate this affection is entirely up to them.
Oh boy.
Unrequited love.
Oh
So
no!
much pining. Longing.
Oh, okay. So we now have a little bit of a sense of some of the relationships going on between people right about now. Gonna just note that. Yeah. How are you feeling? How's that going? Are you what is, you know what? Before we go further, what do we need to know about your characters for this all to work? This is what I need to know.
I need to have money, or at least more money than Simon. That's what I know.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Yes.
So for my sibling card, I get to choose who's older between the
Mhm.
two of us.
Mm-hmm.
I will be the older sibling.
Nice. Nice. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, there's some stories I need to know about what happened here because something happened in this town and I need to know. But I suppose we should go and do the character role sheet. There are a couple of different roles, and only one person can have a given role. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are 10 roles. The heir, the socialite, the dowager, the dependent, the new arrival, the meddler, the cornerstone, the hedonist, the tutor, and the careerist. Those are our roles, and each person must have one, but there can be no repeats for this particular one. And we are looking at, let me see if I can give you a good, where did I put that? A good, here we go, that's what I'm looking for. Just a very good sort of quick summary for you. I'm sure you all know who the dowager is because dowagers are awesome. The heir, right, is, though it is often said a pheasant in the hand is worth 2 in the woods. When you have 2,000 pheasants in the woods of your estate, the situation is rather different. Your pocket may be empty at the present time, but your future is full of carriages, country manners, and only the most opulent of London fashion. Yes, Mummy and Daddy provide you with enough to get by, but the truth is you've been awaiting a death, so your real life to begin since your birth. That's the heir. You also have the socialite. Complex theologies and scientific theories have always had a tendency to bore you, not as others think because you do not grasp them, but rather you cannot grasp them. It is not ideas or ideals that change a person's fortune, but the petty predilection of man. For those of your particular skill set, lengthy looks and half smiles are all that is needed to turn a room full of cold observers into desperate admirers. The dowager. It was but a few years ago now your spouse passed away, leaving the considerable fortune in your hands, and fortune is the very word you would use to describe it. Free from the loathsome restrictions and predilections of another, you can finally play the field on your own terms. Your children and nephews wait anxiously for their large inheritance and daily expectant of news of your death. Unfortunately for them, you have much better plans in mind. The dependent. It is your ill fortune to rely on the kindness of another for the necessities of existence. Tragedy struck your parents or spouse, and as its consequence, you live your life in a household not your own. Whether you stay with your relative, guardian, or benefactor, to be at the whim of another at all times is a capricious situation. A fine roof is above your head, yet you have no home. The new arrival. Wherever it is you were in these past years, it was certainly nothing like here. These people are strange to you, their habits, manners, and views as if lifted from a theater play. Still, to the outsider comes the gift of objective observation. You view their dramas as a spectator, able to see what the actors cannot. It's a skill you will need if you were to prove your own ambitions among them. The meddler. Some look down upon the spread of vexatious gossip, but is it not the duty of every person to be informed? Not only that, it seems the majority of people are quite unable to handle their own affairs to any degree, constantly doing the wrong thing, and worse, being overly reluctant to do anything at all. Fortunately for them, you are already able and oh so very willing to help them out. The cornerstone. From an outside view, many would say your family is doomed to be a disreputable failure, and in truth, you might well agree with them if it wasn't your family. There's debts and entailed estates to worry about, socially embarrassing cousins and uncles, failing engagements to save, not to mention several relatives approaching 24 and yet unmarried. Fortunately, they have you, the cornerstone, the only thing keeping your family name from falling into absolute crumbling ruin. The hedonist. It is the thirst for pleasure that coaxes us from our beds each morning, and you consider it your duty to provide it. Your life is a beautifully orchestrated succession of parlor parties and partridge hunting and drunken picnics. When the happiness of others is at stake, you are quick to act in its preservation. The result of your endeavors speak for themselves. Your friends are many, and your only enemy is boredom itself. Ahem. The tutor. Every child of means is in need of an education, and it just so happens that you are in need of a child of means. Though much of your learning derives from books, your dashing manner and acerbic wit has been sharpened well against the greatest cynics pastoral England has to offer. An introduction of circumstances is all that is required. And one of these little brats whose silver spoon you hold is sure to oblige. The careerist. Good hard work is the backbone of the English nature, and you cannot help but despise anyone who has never attempted it. Yours may not be a manual labor, but is nevertheless a tireless dedication, an endless devotion, christened in sweat to a noble and honest vocation. You cannot help but feel sorry for those that consider themselves to hold the privilege of leisure, as in your view, it cannot be anything but a curse. Does anyone have a role that speaks to them?
I definitely want to be either the heir or the new arrival.
I cannot be the heir.
Mm-hmm.
But I was thinking new arrival or cornerstone.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So the descriptions that they give us, do we have to hold to that, or do we have
No.
a little bit of flexibility?
You have
Okay.
flexibility.
Okay.
That's just like a bit of a flavor text to give you a sense.
Right. Okay. In that case, I think I like the cornerstone.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be the heir then, and then Simon could be the new arrival, and you could be the cornerstone, unless Yutsai was dead set on one of those.
I'm looking at a few of them.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Socialite, hedonist, dependent.
Love it.
Also,
Love it.
some pertinent information from specifically my long-term desire.
Mm-hmm.
Our parents are dead.
Okay. Okay.
Just
Oh,
FYI.
well.
This is good to know.
Yeah.
Dead
Mhm.
parents. Dead parents. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Or is it as far as you know?
Yeah. Technically, it says left. Your parents left you.
Oh.
Wait, hold on. Let me reread that. 1 second.
It would be better like if it's like,
Okay, no, I lied. First line. Ever since your parents passed away, I know
Oh,
how to read.
Yep. Okay. Mm-hmm. So, Lindy, you're thinking about being the...
I'll be the heir. Yeah.
The heir.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to just make a... Lindy. I'm making subfolders for you all, and then I'll put these in the public doc as well. And then you were thinking about Simon. You were thinking about.
I had new arrival. Yeah, because Nugget, I think you wanted cornerstone.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
I can definitely go new arrival.
Okay, Nugget, you are cornerstone. Simon, you are new arrival. Yusai.
Yes. Also, possibly pertinent information. I have a kid,
Oh, interesting.
which is why I thought, well, a dependent with a dependent might be fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, because
Um,
apparently, tragedy struck the dependent's family, and you also have dead parents. So.
Yeah, I'm just making this incredibly harder for myself just to get that happy ending.
Ooh,
But I also thought the socialite or the hedonist might make for
Yeah.
the fun, like
Yeah.
less dependable younger brother character for
Oh.
our house.
oh, that is true. That is
Mhm.
true.
That's why it's those three in
Ooh,
particular. I'm
yeah,
trying to
those three
decide
would be
between.
any of those three would
Yeah.
be good. Then, yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Ooh.
Hedonists do
Ooh.
have kids typically.
Oh.
sometimes.
Okay. So here's the thing, right? If depending on who has the money, that might mean that basically Yusai's character is going to inherit everything, and not Nugget's character, because Nugget's character is a woman, even though older, right?
Yep.
So depending on how irresponsible, that could be very exciting.
That's why
Right.
she's the cornerstone.
Cornerstone. Yep. Yeah. Ooh, I like a hedonist for I like a hedonist. That seems like you're very irresponsible. Which is could
Yeah,
be very
I think I'm
respectable.
going to take dependent out of there because like it's fun like in kind of layering, but I think
Yeah.
it'd be more interesting with like spreading out the dichotomy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying words now.
Oh
But
man.
yeah, hedonist does lend itself to that kind of carefree attitude.
I have given you the
It'd also make our
hedonist.
interactions far more interesting because I don't know if you return my affections enough, but if you're a hedonist, you don't have to mean it.
Oh, there's so much drama happening.
Oh,
So the next thing we have to decide is what your family backgrounds are. And I will note more than one person can have the same family background. That is
Yes.
totally fine. The family backgrounds are as follows. Old money, peerage, new money, humble origins, clergy, military, ill-reputed, and foreign. Old money, sort of flavor text for that, is since your distant ancestor hired his first historian, history has told your family's superiority in station and economy. On occasion, you pay visit to the family vault and imagine your progenitors admiring the same golden trinkets as you now cradle in your hands. Peerage, whichever ancestor replaced the dull grunt of Mrs. with the pleasant tones of lady, you cannot help but be daily grateful. For in being so elevated, they gave you and yours a gift which withstands the infidelities of wealth and reputation. Those 4 letters which appear before your name grant you access to situations and circles, which, in truth, you have little business entering. And new money. England's industrial age charges but forward, and yours was a family that grabbed it by the horns and rode it bareback to substantial wealth. Though your parents are not genteel in manners, their considerable influence in economic matters has convinced most that they are still worthy of association. Humble origins. Jesus, they say, was born in a stable, and though few know it, your place of emergence was little better. Hard times hit your family without notice and have made you humble and resourceful. Your circumstances have won you the trust of poorer people, even as your wealthier relations strive to teach you to rise above them. Clergy. There's nothing more worthy of the expended effort of the generations before you than knowledge of the divine. Your coffers have grown but modestly from your family's labor, but you are unconcerned, for your true inheritance comes from in a different form. Your substantial moral capital. Military. Though in reality, looks may be deceiving, your family has no qualms in equating sound body with honorable character. As those before you, you were born to stare in the eye the worst humanity has to offer and yet remain genteel. Your family may be strict, but their wavering discipline has driven them only to vast accomplishment. Ill-reputed. There is little more tedious than being born to a family constantly plagued by scandal. Always finding yourself having to move from place to place, constantly finding out that some uncle or another has offended fashionable society and thus excluding you from the latest ball, not to mention the questions you have to feel at church on a weekly basis. If only everybody would conduct themselves sensibly. Society, that is. You love your family dearly. And also the last one, foreign. It isn't simply that your family is not from here, though indeed none of your family has lived nearby until recent times. Rather, it is where you are from that you find fills your life with both prejudice and delight. On one hand, you will always retain the burden of an outsider. On the other hand, it is surprising how often outlandish customs prove themselves useful. Which family backgrounds speak to you all?
I want to be peerage or old money.
Mm-hmm.
Do I and Nugget share a family background? Because we're
You don't have
siblings?
to.
Okay.
I mean, you are family, but you don't have to. For example, you could be military, although I doubt it with your. Although
I don't know.
you
I've
could.
seen
I mean,
some
really,
hedonist military boys,
this is actually true.
you know. Ugh.
Yes. Yes.
Don't say that the military doesn't have hedonist troops.
No, they do. I was Friday nights. I know. All right. What are you all thinking? I mean, you could be clergy.
It would be scandalous.
It would be very scandalous.
I would be anything but clergy.
Mhm. Yes.
That's the name of our new sitcom, Anything But Clergy.
Clergy. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
EXO, I'm the new arrival. Answering someone in chat, but also saying it live.
So,
Mm-hmm.
so you are yes.
I believe old money would not work
Mhm.
necessarily for the new arrival.
It would only work if I was peerage, probably, because then I'd have a title.
Yeah, because you need to be a step above me.
Here,
Yeah.
I'll just be peerage, so you can be whatever you want. So.
Okay.
Sure. Sure.
Lindy, you are peerage.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you can call me lady, or countess, or baroness. I have not yet
Oh
decided my title,
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
but you could say yes, my lady.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh
I'm-
my goodness.
I want humble origins, please.
All right.
I am a peasant, sort of, that you fell for, and I mean, if it works
Oh.
out, I become a noble.
Yeah.
Like that's like I'm buying my family a yacht type of thing. So
Oh, no. Okay. Okay. Look at you, side.
just
This is y'all
put
right
that
now.
ring.
I like old money just because it fits
Mhm.
with my
Mhm.
desires.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. And you said, what would you like?
Honestly, old money or military for the hedonistic military, but also old money as the
Old money.
as the young son who is pissing
Yeah.
away the family's fortune, so to speak.
Uh,
Am I allowed to say that here?
yes.
okay.
Yes, you are.
Yes. I'm sorry, I missed it. I was looking at something else. But if you swore or said something horrific or lewd, yeah, no, you're cool. You say whatever you want.
So, my friends, this is the moment we have to work
Channel is
out.
rated M for mature, always.
We have to work out what's going on in what the relationships are between each other. This is the moment where we have to talk it out.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about everybody's relationships. Who are you? Let's talk about our characters. What's going on here?
Can I just be the bearer of bad news
Yes.
and say that I would really like to go grab a coffee?
Oh, it's break
Oh
time,
yes,
isn't it?
it is.
Yeah.
If you
It
don't
is
mind.
approximately break time.
It is
so-
approximately break time. Also, this is your homework for break. I want you to think about in your mind the things we've learned and think about what you're thinking about, who your character is, think about all that stuff together. Like, who are you? We have to come up with our backstories at this point in time in our
Okay.
relations. So we're going to take a 10?
Just because you're
sure.
a professor doesn't mean you have to give us homework.
Oh, no, I do. I do have to give you homework.
All right,
We'll take a 10.
10-minute break.
Yes.
Sounds good. We will see
And then we'll
you
come back with backstory.
shortly. Hello and welcome, everyone. We are back. Some of us are still chewing food, but that's fine because we don't all need to talk at the same time. But yeah, Trooper, how you doing? How's the game going? You think so
I'm
far?
so excited because this is now the moment, right? This is the moment. You all got their little pieces, and now we all have to build it together. And I'm here to write down all of your rumors and scandals. I'm ready for it. By the way, we have in our online document a space for you to put all that information about your character and their name, all that stuff. But we can fill that out after we, work out things like what did Lindy's character do to your character Nugget that like broke that friendship? Exactly how did this love triangle work out? What was the scandal your family did? What's going on? And let me know if there need to be some rumors and scandals. And please look at your character role as well, because that will tell you some things that might need to happen for you all. Let me see, because maybe I don't know if any of you. Let's see. I don't think there's anything there, but your family might tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so old money has an initial reputation. You get to pick, right? You get to for your reputation criteria. And then humble origins. Also, it brings you to pick their initial reputation, but we can talk about all of our problems first and see how that goes. Yes. So, what happened? Talk to me. Things to think about. How long have you been in Barden Mill? Yeah, how long have you been here? What was the scandal? What broke up your friendship? How, like, who dated who first? Who knows what? What, like, how did the secret fiance thing happen? Like, I need to know. I need to know. I'm ready to listen. I'm going to eat food while you tell me what's going on.
I'm also going to chew my food. 1 second.
Tell me about your characters and their relationships.
Well. So I'm peerage, which means I have nobility, a title of some sort. It's gonna be really difficult to just not talk in a snobby, terrible fake English accent the whole time, but you know. I've already done that for one campaign for like a year and a half that Nugget had to endure with us as kind of pseudo rivals, so I'm not gonna put her through that again. So let's see.
It's like is Barden Mill like your ancestral home?
Yeah, I'm debating between having my family been the peerage here, like owned this land, been the lord or lady, countesses, whatever, of this land for like ages, or if someone like daddy or granddaddy or someone did something. Well, no, just did something to get the title bestowed.
Oh, interesting.
Because you know titles can sometimes pop up, you know, or get given, or you know. So I'm debating on if I want it to be
a viscountess.
Yeah.
How old does your aristocracy go?
That's what I'm trying to figure out, is if I want it to be like, you know, like 1 or 2 generations of nobility, or if I want it to be like very old and established. That's my biggest ponderance at the moment, because both would be very interesting, but in different ways. I suppose I should see how high up on the nobility chart Countess is versus and stuff.
Baroness is the bottom.
Oh, but we don't want that.
Technically, baronet is lower than a baroness, but it's I believe it's baroness and then baron.
You can tell
baroness.
I'm very American because I'm like titles.
Marquis.
What is that going?
Marquis.
Yeah, depending. You're talking about English peerage.
Yeah.
Because it's different
also
than
like
French. Yeah,
that's very high. So you can't be that high.
Oh.
Yeah, because you're gonna have your let's see, bottom would be the barons. So you have a barony. Then you have viscounts. Then you have earls, marquises, dukes. I believe that is the order. Lorded, it's baron, baroness, viscount, earl, or countess.
And it's earl,
marquess,
countess,
marchioness.
So from Wikipedia, it says, while most newer English peerages descend only in the male line, many of the older ones, particularly older baronies, can descend through females. So I think I should do that, which means I should probably be a bit of an older line, so not new title. Which, let's go with countess. Countess sounds fun. So I've been in the area for quite some time, and it is let's say it's a female descending line. Such peerages follow the Old English. Yeah, the Old English inheritance laws of moiety. So all daughters or granddaughters through the same root stands as co-heirs, or some such titles in such state as abeyance between these. So that's how I'm only daughter. You know, that's how I can get the title. I don't have to marry to keep. I'm the countess.
May I ask you a question?
Certainly.
When we start, how old is? I want to know how old everyone is, but I would also like to know how old you are, because we're going to go a couple decades, of course, right? And are your parents alive at this point in time when we start?
When we start, I think yes. At least one, if not both of them, are alive. Oh, what would be exciting, especially since it's a matrilineal inheritance line, which I didn't know was a thing in England. Apparently, it can be. Maybe perhaps
So
only
everyone's going to be creating 2 connection characters. Everyone's going
Okay.
to create 2 NPCs for their character, by the way. Just going to note it.
Mhm. I think it would be interesting if only my father was alive.
Now, since you are not married,
Mm-hmm.
I assume you're under 24.
Oh,
Because, come on now.
of course.
I mean,
That would be
mean-
ridiculous.
I mean,
yes.
come on now.
Yes. Oh no, I'm not 24. Let's see. I think I should be
You're like
Let's see.
18, 20.
like
what
well,
are you at?
Simon and I met 3 years ago in London, which meant that I was already going out to events at that age, so I had to have been at least 16. So let's say I'm like 19 years old.
Oh, I can't be 58 then.
You mean you could?
But no, I don't want to. That's just fucking gross.
This is
You'd
this
be really
channel's
wealthy for
rated
that one.
M for mature. We can. Also,
Yeah,
just
but it
needs
would have.
more experience, Simon. I just.
It would also have to be reversed because at this, especially in that day and age,
Mm-hmm.
it's not old man farmer that's gonna catch the young countess.
Not at all.
Typically not.
No.
However, Jane Austen's written some stuff. So,
So, all right. So you are,
but like a 19-year-old countess.
yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Technically, you used to be lady at the moment, right?
Oh, yes,
Because
yes,
you've
lady.
Not yet inherited
Yes,
yet.
my mother was the countess, but she's dead, which is a bit interesting.
Okay, so the big question is, you are secretly fiancéed
Mm-hmm.
to Simon's
I
character.
am. Mm-hmm.
Wow, could you say that with less enthusiasm?
No, I want to know what happened. I want to know how this happened. Where did you meet? Did you meet in like let's explore what happened because we do know that somebody
Ow.
was dating someone else first. So I mean, like, I kind of have some questions. What can Simon tell us some stuff?
Tell you what.
Who are you? Humble origins.
Oh, okay, we're gonna.
I need to know what's going on here.
You're catching me with kind of like my pants down,
Or a cat in your lap.
or a cat in my lap. I
Same
still don't know
difference.
exactly which origin I want, like where I'm exactly coming from. I
Well-
like the angle of the artist that you fell in love with.
Mm-hmm. Well, we did meet in London.
We met in London 3 years ago. You
Mhm.
fell desperately in love with me.
Desperately in love. We were so in
I
love
need-
with each other.
I need to look at a few things, but let's go with artist. Because that's how you. I mean, I'm a 19th century rock star or some shit.
Sure. What kind of artist? Are you a musician, a painter, a poet, writer?
No,
author?
I think it would have to be like author or
Okay.
something like that, or maybe
Okay.
some oratory arts. But I'll see. Like I need to define that part because it's a little. What the?
Are you an actor?
Oh.
Should I? I don't know. I honestly don't know. Because Simon, as a player, can kind of quote French plays, but not English plays.
Yeah, but you're a new arrival, which means you could be from France. You could be like
I
the hot
could.
French actor.
Do I have to do a French accent as well?
I don't know if you can. You do a French accent?
Can you do a French accent? I don't know,
like-
Simon. I don't know if I've ever
Oh.
heard you do a French accent before.
I don't know.
It's not like
I
you're
would
British
have to have.
Canadian
I would have to
or
have
anything.
this je ne sais quoi that I can't quite put my finger on. And would you really want me to speak like this for
Yes.
16 weeks?
Yes.
Oh, God damn. Sure. Why the hell not? French actor, poet,
Oh.
writer, a French Byron minus the monkey.
So you're
Oh.
gonna. Are you going to be French? 'Cause if
Sure,
you-
why the
'cause
hell not?
also, you could also, if you don't pick the humble origins, you could be foreign.
I'm
I'm
yes.
just throwing that out there. You don't have to.
Your rival can also be, he can be foreign that way too.
No, I'd rather the humble origin because of the whole like climbing the social ladder.
Mhm,
mhm.
mhm.
Because otherwise, I could do that back home. I mean, France is
Yeah.
indubitably more civilized than Great Britain anyway. So
good.
and that's why humble origins has like ignorant or stupid or dangerous or what I'll probably choose, dangerously stupid.
By the way, the positive and negative tags are just inspirations in case you don't think of one for your own
great.
self. You can pick your own.
But yeah, sure. So let's say I blew you away with a performance while you were while I was in London on tour or a play. I'll look at the plays that I
so worried
something
about
I can
Shakespeare
plug.
or something, whatever.
No, it's gonna have to be a French play. I mean,
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Of course. Oh, you're so cultured.
So you're an actor, poet. Oh, how romantic.
Yeah. Oh, so good. Now, my understanding is that you had been dating Yusai's character beforehand. I need to know how this happened.
Fell in love. It was a long time ago.
When? Where? How did you meet?
and who are you?
Who am
And
I?
what happened to you?
It's a great Jackie Chan movie. If you haven't seen it, by the way, just one of my favorites.
Haven't.
Who am I? Classic. Anyways.
Gosh, well, by the time our session 1 starts, I'm old enough to have a kid. So
Which doesn't mean you have to be that old, actually.
yeah, mistakes were made.
Oh, you're so... so you could easily be 18, 19, 20, 21. Like,
Right.
you could easily be in that range.
Young adult.
Yeah.
I feel like, well, I mean, if we've already established that Simon's character was touring around, as a young hedonist who is easily taken in by the wonders of art and beauty and music, it feels like a night of passion, a week spent breaking from tour, walking along the moors and gazing up at the stars as I listen to the words of the world being passed through this wonderful artist here.
Nugget,
Yes.
why do you hate Simon's character so much? Like, he's your arch enemy.
He is. I think he's just very he moves a lot. He's an actor. He follows the stage, and he, instead of staying with my brother, he decided to follow fame and just left him in the dust.
I have a question. I'm not going to ask you, Sai, this question because you, Sai, might have a different answer, but I'm going to ask you. Do you think your brother was as irresponsible before he met this foreign actor?
Oh,
Do you think
absolutely not.
Oh, I see. So really, perhaps this...
He opened his eyes to the world.
Oh, well. So your brother would have been very responsible, perhaps. It could have followed along a good path.
Possibly.
With some
Absolutely.
coaching, right? And
Exactly.
with
With my guidance.
With your guidance, of course. But Simon's character led him to some sort of dreamy ideas or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to ask you a question. It's maybe, some people would be like, oh, well, dang. But you want to ruin Simon. That seems like a pretty strong reaction. Do you want to tell me about that?
Yeah, please.
Yeah. Why?
And also, Simon kind of wants to ruin you too. Like,
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. I think so. I have to have wronged you, right? That's what the card says.
Yeah, I should share you the card. Let me just copy this, and then I'll go into a group chat, find you. Oh no, you're not my friend. Okay, I'm gonna ask you to be my friend.
Wow.
right, can you be my
They're
friend?
enemies, they're not friends. This is what it is.
Can you be my friend so we can now be
Yes,
enemies?
we can be friends.
Awesome. And
Friends
now
to
we're
enemies,
enemies.
one of my favorite arcs. It's
Oh, I
almost
don't.
as good as enemies to
I
lovers.
just got a lot. There are a lot of questions going on right now. Is what I'm trying to say.
So I'll let you read it.
Okay.
There's like, and I also like. I got some questions.
I just discovered that there's a game within this game, and I'm here for it.
Ooh, okay. I really like this. Okay, so
Whenever somebody says that, you're like, oh, this is gonna
Especially
be juicy.
when Nugget says it, you gotta look out.
you know the knives are coming out. So you're an actor, right?
Apparently.
You opened
But
my
not
brother-
wealthy.
Not wealthy, no. Not even remotely.
What actors are? I just
Yeah. You opened my brother's eyes to the world, made him, in my opinion, made him as irresponsible as he is. And when you ended things with him, you were still in England. So I went and I absolutely ruined your chances at ever getting a role at like one of the prestigious theaters.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
We are old money. We have some
We're
influence.
old money.
Oh.
We've got coin and influence.
Okay.
At least at that time we did.
Oh.
so there is one. Oh shit! I need to find it. I will
feel
tell you
maybe your
because I've
character's
studied it.
petty. I'm just saying, and I love it. I'm here for it.
100%. 100%.
I'm here for the pettiness. I'm here for it. Wow. You're like, no, you will never work. Which might explain why he's up here in the middle of North England rather than down in London.
Blacklisted from London.
yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of acting up here in North England.
Yeah.
Shit, that's
Because
not
as old money, we absolutely would have gone down to London for the
Yes.
season.
Of course. Oh, if she ruined you in London and now you're up here, oh, interesting. Oh my. There's so much juicy drama right now. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say.
Yeah, I will find. I can find the one. If you want it to be before London, you can ruin me in France for sure,
Oh.
forcing me to go perform in London.
Yeah,
Oh.
forcing you to. Oh, God.
Oh no.
Mm.
Ooh. And maybe it was also to get your brother. Maybe your brother was in France, and maybe some of this ruination brought.
Well, yeah, because
Oh.
they take holidays and like
Yeah.
when they're younger, they do
Yeah.
trips and stuff all the time, right? So yeah, no, I absolutely followed you down to France and absolutely ruined you at the Paris Opera House, something like that. I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll find
Now
the
you
one.
have to act in England.
Oh.
I know.
Also,
horror.
I just feel like it's super sus that he just shows up here. He's like, oh yeah, I'll be this small town. Yeah, I'm here.
Mhm. Hey, remember me?
Hi.
Hey.
Wow. Small world.
Oh, and now he's dating your best friend. Oh, no longer best friend.
No,
Former.
secret. It is secret, though.
No
We
one
don't
knows.
know
So
that.
no one
Yeah.
knows that.
Oh,
Yeah.
Interesting.
Secret.
We need to answer there are a lot of other questions I have, but we need to answer the big question. What did your family do?
Oh God.
Like the normal stuff or the bad thing that happened?
No, the bad
the
thing.
bad thing.
Also, what they did to make money would be interesting as well. And I'm gonna get ready to start putting some rumors up here because I know that y'all have to give me some rumors, right?
I'm working on a rumor right now. Marinating. What the rumor that I need to create at the very least.
Yes. So what did your family do for money, and what did your family do that has caused them to lose their reputation?
So
Something bad. A scandalous past.
I think old money, there could the brain merchants, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Right.
So they do shipping, to
Yep.
India, China,
Yep.
all over the world.
Yep.
I think that's what our family did for money, and it's
Mhm.
been generational
Mm-hmm.
kind of passive income at this
Mhm.
time.
Mhm.
I don't know. Okay, what did we do that was bad?
Ponzi scheme, smuggle illegal goods, murder,
I
political.
love how you said like bum, bum, bum.
Besides, like, I got some stuff.
Yeah, I was thinking I wanted to do something with like our family like screwed over our workers somehow at some point.
Oh, we're those jerks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't
Ooh.
know how that would affect this town because that would be more the
It
port
could-
town of London.
No, but you're I mean, Newcastle's a huge port city,
Mhm.
right? And it's not like it's an important port city. So maybe
Well, something you could have done if you want suggestions, if you want to fucked over your workers who work beneath you, maybe you employed a lot of locals in the area,
yeah.
and then you fired them all so you could hire cheaper labor
Oh.
from immigrants who came into the country.
or like you killed them. What I mean when I say you killed them, wait, let me explain. That
You were
seems very
on-
dramatic. What I mean is, what if you had some like you were like cutting costs and you put them out on a boat that was clearly not
corruption.
Safe.
for
Yeah.
like insurance fraud, and like a bunch of people from this town died when the ship went down.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I really like that.
And
There
then
you
you
go.
got like a bunch of money out of it, right?
The
'Cause you're
insurance
like,
Yeah.
payout, yeah.
And then
oh,
I
no.
think the irony is that after that happened, because obviously that was our father who did
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
right? I think the irony is like we were run out of town. We were gone for 10 years. During those 10 years, our father absolutely died the exact same way.
Oh.
Oh.
Absolutely.
Oh. Oof.
And we
I-
don't know if it was, nefarious or circumstance.
I have a question because this feels really interesting. So let's say your father, big shipping magnate, right?
Mhm.
But like imagine like way back, like probably shipping since like the 1700s, right? Like 1600s, maybe even, right? All that kind of like the big age of sail, all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like big, all over the colonies and all that, and had a lot of local people. That's like your big name, like, oh, we hire local people, like, oh, so great. But then for some reason he needed money badly enough. We can ask why that might be, that he decided to do some kind of fraud
Okay.
that involved sinking that ship for the insurance, but maybe also keeping some of the goods so that you can also still sell them, which
Right.
then you said caused you to be run out of town for 10 years.
Yes.
Where did you run to? Did you run to France? Like, I want to know, like how this,
I mean, yeah, we could have spent 10 years in France and that's where you met. Instead
Makes
of
sense.
in London society, we
Yeah.
met in France.
yeah.
Took an extended vacation.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Ooh.
I like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that too.
Also, did you imply you killed our father?
No, not me.
Oh, okay. I wasn't
Somebody
sure.
else.
Maybe you did. I don't know.
I
imagine we
sure
would-
didn't.
Yeah. I would imagine we were relatively young when this happened.
Yeah.
So
So how old
Children.
are you all?
when this happened, I want to say
And also now.
and now.
Oh,
Okay.
mhm.
And remember, put your ages in the character page on our online document. And if you names too, if you got them.
I do have a name.
I believe I would be 27.
Who gets which
27.
sheet?
I guess
In the
you just
character
claim
sheet.
one.
Who gets which one?
Oh, I took the one that was already written new arrival, but I just realized that it's just they were just
Yeah.
like written at random. So I'm the red one.
Okay. You're the red one.
Oh, so you spent some time in France. I like it.
Mhm.
That must have been very terrible for your character, Nugget, having to be away from England all this time.
Oh my god. Hated it.
I mean, they're so foreign there.
Hated it. It was awful. Worst 10 years of my life.
Oh.
I found true love.
What was
Oh.
the question again? I'm sorry.
How old are your characters right now?
That's what okay.
Yes.
How
I have
old
some
are we?
questions. There's some too much spiciness going on right now, and I love it. And I'm here.
So it's weird because I am the oldest.
Yep.
I don't think I'd be the inheritor.
Probably not.
Right.
However,
right.
if you have the business sense, you might be running things for your brother.
Yeah.
Which means you do all the work and get none of the credit.
Exactly.
Why? I got the theater. I can't believe I didn't think about it. I just need to make sure that it was reopened. Yes, reopened in 1812 by Napoleon. It would be the Comédie Française, which is basically where Molière basically built the place.
Yeah.
So it is the highest and most prestigious place that I am now probably banned from.
I love that.
Oh, it just occurred to me that I should have taken the purple character sheet because my name is Violet, but it's too late now.
Oh, sorry,
No.
already picked it.
No, it's all good.
I
Started
also
on the
have a
blue.
sense that I feel like there's a lot of, I feel like your character, the old money, I think that characters, they have a lot of money. And I really like the idea that your character Nugget sort of running everything because some people are not as interested, I suppose, in business.
Yeah.
Charles. Yes. Oh, now I've got questions too. If your family are traders and merchants and have been around the world, that means you all also could be like your mom could have been from anywhere.
That's very true.
I will note that as well. Ooh, too spicy. Too spicy. Too spicy. I'm so excited right now. Now we need 2 rumors, right? For you, for your family. What are the rumors we need for you?
2, yeah, 2 negative rumors, I think it is.
Okay.
Create and spread 2 negative rumors about your family and the scandal they caused.
Create and spread. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's see. What will the first rumor be about your family and the scandal? Oh,
Man.
Your father sank the ship on purpose. Could be
Oh,
a
yeah.
rumor. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Last name?
Do you have any ideas for our last name?
Oh, y'all, you could have different mothers even.
Oh, yeah.
That's very true. How far apart are we?
That's a good question.
I was just going to go somewhere in my mid-20s, maybe early
Mid-20s?
20s.
Okay.
Yeah. All I have to do is be
Ooh.
younger than you.
Yeah, that's true. I'll be
This raises the question, are you unwed?
I am unwed.
Ooh.
Yeah. I'm too
Well,
busy running my damn family.
But also, like,
the
your family
business.
has got like a bad reputation. It's
yeah.
kinda hard.
So
Yeah.
Oof, I'm sorry.
I'm gonna go 27. I'm gonna be 27.
Okay.
Yeah, so father sunk the ship on purpose.
One could be that we secretly have a cachet of wealth somewhere that we have been hiding from proper restitution.
Oh.
I love that. Yes.
Oh, yeah. So I'm going to tell you something about these rumors. When you make a rumor, they just sort of sit. They're just there. They're not spread. They just sit. And if they aren't spread, then they fade away. But if they are spread, they basically function as a resolve token. Like you can call on that rumor and get a resolve token out of it when it becomes relevant. And
Okay.
also it means that everybody knows it. Killing all the townspeople.
Yep.
Killing a number of townspeople. And also your family has hidden
Pirate's
away
treasure.
basically has hidden away wealth to avoid paying restitution.
I think my character has her mother's last name,
Oh.
but she's running her father's company. So
Mhm.
her last name is Sedgwick.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. So what is the father's last name?
Yeah, that could be very interesting because if I kept my mother's last name,
Yes.
but your last name's technically of the estate, it further digs into the fact that I don't give a damn about the business, but I get it anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good.
Salt in the wound.
Oh, that's so good. I love it. I love it. Oh my gosh. Also, if you have different mothers, I'm very excited about like who did dad love more, and like what that relationship was all about.
Yeah. I would imagine he loved you more because you're the first son.
Of course he did.
Which is why you get everything.
Yeah.
Because I deserve everything.
Excuse me?
Oh,
Your excuse. Go ahead.
Oh my goodness.
I'm getting a little practice in. I don't usually play this kind of character.
Oh, I'm
Love
so
it.
excited.
Wow.
Love it.
I'm so excited.
I know who I need to get on my side to get that vengeance.
So I'm going to say that Simon asked the question, what year is this game taking place in exactly? Well, it's going to take place over a whole number of years, right? So we have to figure out our
Starting year.
Our starting
Yeah.
year. When
Because
we start.
And I'm just giving an idea, nobody has to go along with it. But if the play that should have gotten me everything was in 1818, and then there could have been like a few months after, and then I would have met Lindy's character, Violet, and then, move on 3 years later. So we would be in like 1821 or 1822. It's because 1818 was the 100th year of the premiere of Oedipus by Voltaire at the Comédie Française. So if that was like sabotaged for some reason, it would be.
Which means we could actually pull it back probably one more year, because it maybe like in 1817 you were working on this, right? And we're building up to it.
And something happened. Yep.
With something, and that's the Hattie Sedgwick happened. She's like, I'm going to ruin your life. Oh. Okay, so let's see.
If y'all, because otherwise I can find other plays, I can make it work. That's a suggestion I have.
Because if we could start like what? Because it reopens in 1812, right?
Yes.
So if we could maybe have that big break happen around 1812, that gives a little extra time before we hit later. So if maybe you were supposed to like be perhaps
like the big opening show or whatever. Yeah.
Like you might have been like, this is like your big moment, right? Where you could have like,
because whatever the first show that the theater would have reopened with would have been a big deal.
Yeah. And if you could do that one, that means we would be basically 1815, 1816 right now? 1815 or 16? 15? Which is not bad.
That could work.
Yeah. I still have questions. So what is your dad's actual last name though?
Something super pretentious.
Oh.
I just don't know a lot of pretentious English names.
Like Faversham.
No, we can't have Faversham. That's too close to a name from our Monday night game. That we.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I was going to give it a hyphen though.
No, he had 5 names, but it was
It's spelled wealth.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I can repeat it all right now.
Most pretentious British upper class names.
Percival Frederickson von Musel, blah blah, Kowalski the third.
There's something Dorello. Yeah.
How about
I picked a pretty pretentious last name, so but I'm a lady, so it's fine.
how about these are terrible. Love them. So there's a last name Chumley.
Mm-hmm.
It is spelled CHOLMONDELEY.
Oh no! But it said
Yes.
Chumley, and
Yes.
and he worked with boats. I'm sorry.
And
that's
he
just...
became chum. Yes, that's it.
There's also Fanshawe, which is spelled Featherstone Haw. By the way, like it has many more letters than that one. That's but if you like Chumley spelled in the longest way possible. Yeah. Oh, also Twistleton Wickham Fines is another one.
Oh.
There's a fellow named Richard Grosvenor Plunkett Ernie Earl Drax.
I do like Plunkett. I think that's a great name. Mr. Plunkett.
Mr. Plunkett. Let's go with Chumley because it's spelled ridiculously.
I like it.
Is he also a Charles?
Charles Chumley the third.
Absolutely.
I love it. Oh, I love this. Charles Way, and of course, good old dad is Charles Chumley. I'm gonna spell.
Can he have a number like Charles Chumley the third or something? Like in a long line
like
of
the
Charles
seventh.
Chumleys.
The seventh.
Okay, the seventh.
The seventh. Oh no, that means Charles, you broke the line. Because
Not Charles Chumley the eighth.
Oh wow. That's a little bit of drama right there. Love it.
Although, can we blame you for not wanting to be Charles Chumley the eighth? I don't think we can.
No, that's too far.
I'm gonna take that. So we have your two rumors. Charles Chumley VIII sank the ship on purpose, killing a number of townspeople for the money, and your family's hidden away wealth to avoid paying restitution. All right, we have a couple other things that need to be worked through. Yes, like what happened between Violet and Hattie?
So,
Mm-hmm.
how old is you're like 25? So you're older than me by a fair
9
bit.
years?
27,
8?
9 years older. I'm just a young little thing. I do not feel it. But
Maybe evil. I don't know.
so maybe you were kind of like a mentorish figure, perhaps like a friend who was like, "Oh, you're just joining society. Let me show you some of the ropes." And I was thinking,
Oh no, I love it already.
I want your input on this, of course, but mayhaps you had a large get together for like your birthday or some other occasion, and I didn't show up because I was hanging out with your brother instead someplace. Maybe with a certain actor. I may have been hanging out with a certain actor and your brother, at like a different public place, so it was obvious I was not attending your function.
I have a suggestion.
I love suggestions.
This is a little spicy.
It is, obviously. Love spicy.
So some people, but I'm not going to name any names, are over 24 and not married.
Yes.
It's
Ooh.
Hattie, and I'm just noting that. Now, one thing I have noticed about our cards is that there's a secret fiance thing going on, but your affections have cooled and you're interested in our brother here.
Mm-hmm.
What if this is not the first time your affections have been interested in someone and cooled? And what if one of the people that you were interested in was Hattie's fiance or someone who was interested in Hattie?
Ooh.
And especially if Hattie brought you into society and it was like your mentor, what if you like used your wiles on like some suitor of Hattie's, got that fellow to like break off the engagement and then dumped him.
Ooh.
Like, what if you've done this? I'm just saying.
What if you've done this before?
What if you've just gotten engaged to, you hussy?
And that means now Hattie, because like I imagine it's not so easy. I imagine it's not so easy for Hattie to go and get a good engagement considering all the family scandal. And also now you're so old at 27, like you're ancient.
You're so old, Hattie.
I'm a spinster. Spinster.
But like maybe you were like, you're 19, so like maybe you were like 25, just a little bit older, and like our good young Violet just like feeling her oats, maybe just stole your man 17. Just because she could.
Yeah.
Like Violet Jolene, is like, like maybe really your name is Jolene, on the inside, and Lady Violet Jolene Breselton, and you're like, I'm just gonna steal your man just because you could. Also, you wanted to see if you could, and then you did, but you were not interested in him, or like your interest cooled, perhaps. Perhaps
my interest cooled. I don't know. Because I am super into her brother at the same time.
Now.
But who knows how long I've been interested in her brother as well. Because there's so many possibilities, And you are just so old. I'm sorry.
So old.
So old.
Oh no. Oh, I love it.
I won't say that on the game that we have the day before your birthday. Oh gosh.
Because you did something bad.
I did do something terrible. Something quite offensive to dear Hattie. My dear friend Hattie. Well, former friend.
You did her wrong.
I did her wrong. I could have also, being a countess, perhaps, if not sabotage your engagement one way, mayhaps suggested a suitor that you despise because he's like 40-something, but he's like widowed, so he's also single, so maybe he's willing to overlook the fact that you're like over
ancient?
24. Yes.
Ancient.
But he's not great. But I got him really interested in you, and he won't leave you alone now.
Would that be enough to break up your friendship?
I don't know.
What if you had the ability to stop our family scandal?
And you didn't?
And I didn't.
You could have stopped everything from happening.
What if you're the one who started the rumors?
Oh.
But why?
Okay.
Because she can't. She's a viscountess.
I mean, yeah.
She was bored.
Wait. Sorry. Let me add on to this.
Okay.
Oh.
Like you, if you're nobility, you probably have like what if your father is the high sheriff of the area?
Okay.
Or was. What if there was like a possibility, like what if your family, and perhaps you more specifically, either through action or inaction, are one of the reasons why they got caught or in trouble for it, right? Like maybe like evidence, and like then what if your dad's in jail? Oh, he's dead now. It's fine.
No, he's dead.
He wasn't.
What if he died in jail? Yeah.
Oh. What if? Oh, because I'm just saying that like you could be like have a lot like because as nobles you can be like there's a position of the high sheriff, and that's usually some kind of noble, like some kind of aristocrat who has that job because
yes,
yeah,
because nepotism.
Yeah.
So like what if like you're one of the reasons why that like that getting caught, that sort of like
well, when did that happen though? When I would have been very young.
Yes, that's true.
I would have been very, very young.
Or what if there was evidence to exonerate the dad that you got buried because you have some of their property or something like this?
Ooh.
Or
you're the one who has the secret stash as opposed to us. So you just say it's us.
Hey, just because it's rumor doesn't mean it's true, by the way.
Yeah.
Treasure map carved onto the jail wall.
Oh, we got to figure that one out.
Mm.
Also,
I mean, wait, but that could be a good reason for us, or at least all of you, to meet up in this area. What if? Let's talk about location of a secret stash. What if it is around Hexhamshire?
And in the last decade, many have come searching for the Hexhamshire treasure trove.
Yeah, in the moors somewhere in the moors, there might be some sort of treasure, right?
I mean, there are moors and mines. The amount of
Isn't-
places to hide stuff.
Yeah.
Isn't there like a haunted barn?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. But I want to know why this broke up your. I want to know why this broke up your friendship, and I want to know what happened between Violet and Charles, and also what's up with that situation.
Yeah.
And like, why did Violet's feelings towards Roland start cooling? I want to know what happened there.
Well, there's so many reasons that we could have, like, our friendship could have ended. Which one? So many to choose. I kind of like, rather than Violet being super fickle and stealing one of your fiancés, I think I like maybe something about your family and the possible treasure more.
Okay, here's something that's terrible. What if, no, this is really bad. What if, going with the idea of like your family being sort of, law enforcement in certain ways or having some of this authority, what if they seized your estate? Charles and Hattie, your estate was like one of your like houses was seized. And what if in the throes of your excitement with our dear Roland, Violet, you gave their estate to Roland to stay in?
Oh, that would really piss off Hattie.
And so now you two are living in some other estate, right? Like you've got another one, but like the main estate. So Charles is like, because it's probably got a really nice like performance space, ballroom, whatever. What if you set him up in that house under some pretext, like we need an artist here or whatever, but like
we need more theater up in the north. So we've brought in these theater people.
No, you need more culture, but okay.
Yes.
that would be really like when you were like, I don't know, fresh in that relationship, you had like, you end up giving the Chumley estate, the main Chumley estate, to Roland to like stay and to do his theatrical work.
I think that's fun. What do you think about that? Would that infuriate you accordingly enough to end our friendship?
100%.
Okay.
Which means then you two are probably staying in some other place.
And I imagine that the estate had been seized for a while, and like no one was living there, and like it wouldn't have bothered you so much if it had been anyone else.
Yeah.
Oh,
but it's Roland. So,
what if
Roland?
To help pay back for the folks who were wronged, you had an estate sale with our estate, and you bought all of Hattie's stuff?
Oh man.
Hattie was like, I'm gonna have a yard sale. And I'm like, cool, I'll buy all your stuff.
Oh. Okay. So let me ask the follow-up questions now. So let's say this happens. Let's say that basically your dad, Violet's dad, as the High Sheriff of Northumberland, Northumbria, basically seized the main estate to like
whenever the incident happened, like however many years ago that was. Yeah.
To pay for restitution, but mysteriously a bunch of stuff was missing in that seizure.
Oh.
Right. And
Typical.
But the state has been basically left nowhere. And then we didn't know about this, like this secret engagement, but somehow you're like, oh, artist, yeah, and he can just use
I imagine because it is a secret engagement, and it is an entire estate, that maybe Violet brought in a troupe of performing artists from London rather than just one artist, and all the artists are staying at the estate. Yeah, because you gotta have some cover,
So wait, you just brought in a bunch of actors to stay in the Chumley estate?
Yes, I have.
And your best friend was like, oh yeah, we're not best friends anymore. I assume is that how that worked out?
Yeah.
The moment I found out that Roland was there. I'm like, no, sorry, we're done.
Like, maybe the initial impression was, oh, actors, we could use some culture. Wait, who specifically?
I'm sorry, which actor? No.
And also in my house. Okay.
In my house. And he's staying in my room.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah. Yeah, that's bad.
You
So
don't want to know the things that have happened in your.
Nope. No, I really don't.
how did you two get secretly engaged? Like, when did that happen?
I imagine it probably, since
It-
it's a secret engagement, it was probably a whirlwind of emotions, and it happened rather quickly. I'd like to think.
Yeah, I would think spur of the moment, maybe
Okay.
within the first season,
Mm-hmm.
like
Yeah,
the first
So while
3
I
months
was while I
at
was in
most.
London, yeah.
Sounds like, I mean, actually, I'm not going to ask your feelings, but I want to know, why have you switched your feelings unbeknownst to our secret fiance to Charles?
Well, I imagine that he said he was a traveling theater person, and I've not been in London this entire time. Maybe it's, they say absence makes the heart grow fonder, but then you're like best friend, well, former best friend, I suppose now, his hot brother is like in town, and he's kind of fun.
But
And
now
then
he's
maybe
here.
if I'm, was like cool with her brother, I might have my best friend back. Maybe.
Okay.
It's an idea, maybe.
Yeah.
There's
Okay.
a thrill to it, certainly.
I have some, well, you are 19, so I don't know, like, you'll grow.
I'm so young.
You are.
I came out into society 3 years ago and then got secretly engaged, like right off the bat.
What is your rumor? Because I feel like you.
Oh, my rumor is in regards to about what I did to Hattie. So
Oh.
that's why I was trying to go on the rumor side for the what I did to piss you off. How did I wrong you? Because there's a rumor. I have to create and start a rumor about what I did. With to make my best friend so mad at me.
Well,
I also
mean,
start with one extra negative reputation tag
nice.
and one extra resolve token.
So I kind of feel like bringing in a bunch of dirty hippies to live in like an aristocratic estate's.
Wow, you assume a lot out of us, but
Well,
okay.
Actors. I mean, and also foreign. So, I feel like stuffy society would not be pleased. They would not be pleased with a troupe of actors living in like one of these estates.
Here's a question though. I don't think they would be the troupe that I was with in France.
Probably not. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You're ruined in France.
Because
Be a British troop mostly.
Yeah.
Londoner troop.
But
so I think that is what might have prompted me to leave for a time. Hence the new arrival.
Yeah.
Is Violet offered me this, but I'm not in with this group. They're not. We're not. This is not. No, and my soul aches for the whatever that was denied me. I'll find something very good later. I promise.
Also, you're in the middle of nowhere, by the way. I mean,
which is why we needed some culture.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of. I feel like there's some unhealthy power dynamics going on, but that's cool. And by unhealthy, I mean awesome. But I feel like too bohemian might be an interesting negative reputation for you. Like you're like basically. How about this? Look, giving a bunch of bohemians your best friend's estate is not great.
Oh. Unless you're secretly engaged to one of them, then it's
But nobody
awesome.
knows that. Yeah. I feel like
maybe you thought your best friend would be cool with it, but then she was really not. And then you're like, oh shit, I already did it.
Yeah.
Oops.
Ooh, how about the rumor is that you actually just gave the entire estate? Not that you're renting it or let them stay there, but you just gave the entire estate.
Oh, yeah, I like that the rumor is that I gifted it to them rather than, like, just letting them rent it out and stay there.
Yeah. Um,
Oh, so
you-
you're also making money hand
Yes.
over fist with it. Ah, okay.
Yeah. Okay, how about this? Gifted the Chumley estate to a troupe of actors.
Oh, Trooper, I'm gonna DM you.
Okay.
I have an idea in relations to this
Oh,
rumor. So I'm
A
just
troupe of
gonna-
actors. How about on Hattie's birthday or on the anniversary of her dad's death? Something like that.
Yes.
Which would you prefer?
I think like around the time of the time he was like got in trouble for everything. Like around that eve of that. Maybe not the exact day, but like, you know, like the day before, the day after, like 10 years had passed from his death or whatever.
Yeah. Okay. Are there any other rumors we need to have? And by the way, and I assume that's a spread rumor?
Yes, it says create and spread.
Yep.
Remember about what you did.
I have no rumors on my end.
Okay. Our hedonist, do we have anything for you that we must do?
Sorry, where would I find this if I did need something?
Probably your
mandatory?
desires.
My desires.
Yes.
I don't read anything based on
Okay.
rumors.
In which case, we should probably basically like if your desire gives you instructions, they will
Right.
tell you to do some things.
Nothing for rumors.
Okay, then. In which case, let's just fill out your reputation tags, shall we? I feel like we should do that. Let us start with at the top. Your character, name, appearance. Yes, give everyone, I feel like everyone, we should say, what is your name? What is your appearance? And what is your temperament? And temperament, this is very important to get about good society. It's not necessarily what your character thinks their temperament is, or if their temperament actually even is, but what society sees your temperament as. There's a lot of what society thinks about your character in this game. Yusai, give it to us. Give us your name, age, appearance, and temperament.
Yes, gladly. Charles Way, 23 years old, handsome, East Asian features. Charles is the first one to enjoy all what life has to offer. He comes off a bit odd, words spilling out of his mouth without much thought for status or occasion, but he always means well. As for temperament, carefree would definitely be a word. Careless would be another word.
All right. In that case, I believe you should have a positive and a negative reputation tag to start off. Would you like carefree and careless to be your positive and negative reputation tag?
Now, I have a question. I feel like
Yes.
this is a good question to ask for stream. What, by definition, is the tags? What is the tags mechanical aspect in the game?
Well, they also count. Well, there are many things that happen with them. One, they count as a possible resolve token, actually, so that if, for example, you need to use a resolve token for something, you don't have any, but it's related to your positive tag, you can spend that positive tag to get that resolve token and then use it because you are thrifty. This thing can happen. If you have a negative reputation tag, somebody could use that against you, or you could use it against yourself if you like. That is also a thing that can happen. And then when you get 3 tags of the same type, then you get a condition that is specific to your character. So, for example, as the heir whose peerage, as the heir, if you get 3 positive reputation tags, you get to pick your special thing, either golden child or tremendous catch. The golden child, your parents, aunts, and uncles believe you can do no wrong, which stays as long as you have 3 positive tags. Or a tremendous catch, you've proven yourself a tremendous catch. Your every appropriate connection would wish to be your suitor. If you get 3 negative tags, then you get one of the negative ones. For example, black sheep, you are an embarrassment to your family. They are ashamed of you and treat you as such, both in public and in private. Or not marriage material. You have proven yourself ungovernable. Your suitors become wary or...
I hate ungovernable women. You know, they're the
Yes.
worst.
Well, I've heard that you gave an entire estate to a bunch of actors, so it feels without your parents' permission is what I heard.
Well, I mean,
What I heard.
So for tags,
They weren't using it.
they come from the family background.
Yeah, but you can also make up your own.
Oh, okay.
However you feel, those are suggestions for you. Yes, so the family background gives you suggestions of tags that might be, if you don't have your own inspiration, but those are some that you can think of as inspiration.
I guess I can go with carefree and careless. I didn't realize I would be using those words when I said them, but
That is excellent. Nugget, give us your name, age, appearance, temperament.
so my name is Harriet Sedgwick. I go by Hattie to my friends.
Mhm.
I'm 27 years old.
Ooh.
Yeah, a bit of a spinster. A bit. Curly blonde hair, green eyes. A little bit taller than women typically were at this time. She is seen as eccentric, stubborn,
Mm,
but level-headed.
mhm. Do you have 2 negative reputation tags? Or
I
just
believe
one?
so. I think 2.
Oh, because of your negative background?
Mhm.
Wow. 2. Just gonna note that one. I'm just gonna note it. That means you're really close. How about Simon?
From what I see, I only have 2 reputations. Just making sure I got everything
You'd only
set
get
up.
more than 2 if you get some kind of if it's in one of your cards that says like you need to get an extra one.
You get an extra one. Okay, so no. My name is Roland. I am a French actor, poet, and writer whose rise to stardom was thwarted. I didn't write in my notes by who, but we all know who to blame.
Mhm.
My style and dress have changed drastically since my tragic fall
Oh,
and reflect the stain on my career, the stain that my career and my fate now bear. Some would say it's a little too much. My temperament
in black.
is kind of. I might be a little on the over dramatic side, but
As an actor, I never would have guessed.
yeah, no. My temperament though is melancholic.
Mm,
Um, yes. So he's overdoing it, but at the same time, he's feeling all of it
Yeah.
because of that. My positive reputation, I wrote in Sweden innocent.
Oh.
Like both together as a single label.
Yeah.
I think this is this sort of innocence that might have turned Violet on originally.
And I'm gonna just note, just because that is your reputation doesn't mean it's true. It just means it just means it's how people see you.
It's just this is what everyone says of me.
Yeah.
Basically, but everyone, especially in on the British Isle, has given me the label pretentious,
Oh,
which I think I should wear as a badge of honor.
Mhm, mhm. All right. Lindy.
So, I am Lady Violet Braselton, because that sounded like a very pompous last name, and I love it. It's fun fact, it's some tiny town in New England I drove through in February and was like, that's a good last name. I'll write that down. I am the heir. I am of peerage. I am 19 years old. Violet is very petite, very dainty, elegant. Her appearance we're going to go with currently like a chestnut brown hair. That's pretty classic for the time. Very, very like angelic kind of like features that like classic, because they were very into Greek stuff at
Yes.
this time. So like the
Yes.
soft jawline, like all that was very in vogue, one could
Yep.
say. So she's pretty much that. She's got a lot of that going on. That's her appearance. Her temperament. Some might say, oh, based on these rumors and reputations and things that have gone about, I'm thinking perhaps a bit flighty might be her perceived temperament, because she's been to London, she's been traveling a bit.
Yes.
She lost her best. She fell with her best friend. Now she's maybe interested in her former best friend's brother. And then there's also like she's spontaneously invited this theater troupe up. So I'm
Yeah.
thinking
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
passionate but flighty.
Yes. Yes. So what is your positive and negative reputation tags? And do you get an
That's-
extra one?
I do get an
No.
extra one. I get an
You
extra
do.
negative one because I ruined poor Hattie's like day. One day. Now we're no longer friends. I get one positive and two negative. It's a good question. What are they? I feel like one of them should have something really closely to do with
Yeah.
what I did with Hattie. Maybe fickle friend.
Fickle friend is a great one. That is a great one. Yeah.
So that's one negative one.
Yep. Yep.
And then a second negative one.
Decadent?
It's not necessarily a bad thing in that time.
Well, if you are a young
Co-
lady who's not married and who's
That is
also
true.
a countess,
Well, I might change the peerage. We'll see. Right now, it's some title or something.
it does not seem very appropriate for a young lady. Seem just, I don't know, very
I also need a positive one.
You do need a positive one.
Do need a positive. See, it wasn't ideal for women to be passionate, so I don't think that's going to be a positive tag at the moment.
Romantic.
Well read.
Let me look at my suggested tags. Maybe one of those will jump out at me.
Yes.
Oh, influential. I do like that as a positive
Yes.
tag. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll have that be here. Positive tag. Influential.
Mm-hmm.
Then I come back to that negative one.
And so we have basically one last thing to do before we begin our setup, before we finish our setup, and that is everyone needs 2 connections. So 2 NPCs that are very important to your character. And I'm going to just say this about your connections because this is important. Your connections' purposes is to complicate your lives, to be the tools in other characters' plots and schemes. And they are there to make your life more difficult and complicated or exciting. They're there to give you spice. They're there. They are the spiciness is what they are. Right. So these are people they hold tremendous influence, right, in your lives, your situations, your hearts. You may love them or hate them, but they have a huge influence and they are there to complicate your lives and to be tools in plots and schemes. They have their own resolve tokens. And so, Nugget, can you tell me 2 people who you think are important to your character?
And it can be anybody?
Yeah, anybody. All right. Anybody you think is like important to your character in some way that might also complicate your life.
Okay. I like the idea of when our family had a good reputation. She was, I guess, preemptively betrothed to someone. They were childhood friends. Basically grew up together, and then the scandal with our father happened. Haven't heard, seen, spoken, written to each other since.
Mm-hmm. How about we need a good name?
mhm.
How about something like Cedric? Cedric.
I don't know about Cedric because you got Cedric and Sedgwick.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
mm, how about Leslie Altringham?
Very fancy. I like it.
All right, Leslie Altringham, who is your former fiance?
Yeah, I don't think it was ever officially broken off, but you
Oh.
know,
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
assumptions.
Yes.
And he-
Let's say former question mark fiance
Yeah.
and
And
childhood
he-
friend.
He is still unmarried at this time.
And
Ooh.
what does your connection think about you? So like finish the sentence. I think Hattie is.
God. I like the idea of him thinking that she is a victim of her circumstances
Mm.
and having that thought of trying to save her when she's doing that herself.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. So is a victim of circumstances and needs saving.
Yes.
Okay. Give me Simon. Give me one of your connections.
Well, right now Leslie is under my connections for some reason.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
That's okay. Just wanted to make sure
I'll
that
fix it.
like we don't get lost in sure.
I'll fix it.
No problem. I think chat broke for me because there's no message at all. I asked chat to help me.
Oh, I
Oh.
think they just don't want to help you.
Oh, they don't want to help me. Okay, it's because I had to refresh, so now like everything disappeared.
No, no, they just hate you.
Okay, no, that's fine. So I have no connection. I have no friends. I'm all alone in the world, and will never be loved again in my whole life. No, I'm thinking. Oh wait, Annie Geek might have something.
Okay.
Can you move to someone else and then get back to me?
Yes.
You do have a whole theater troupe you're with. Just as
That is also true. Lindy.
I have a question. It just has to be
Yes.
someone that's important to you. Does they don't have
Yes.
to be like equal level in society or of
No, it
this,
could be
you know,
anybody.
It could be anybody. Okay.
Anybody who will complicate your life and who is important to you.
Wonderful. I have plenty of ideas. I think the one that would complicate my life the most would be a relative. Specifically, let me find. There's so many tabs with so many Google Docs and sheets. Okay. Specifically, I was thinking my father.
Yes. Yes. I think that is very good. You should put that
Which
in
I
there.
imagine our relationship is kind of complicated because it is a matrilineal nobility line, and my mom's dead, and so he's like interim-ing.
Yeah.
So, Lord Braselton.
I like it.
I'll come up with a first name later.
And how does Lord Braselton think of you? You have to finish that sentence.
Oh.
I think.
Excuse me. He thinks. Oh goodness, what does my dad think about me? Lord Braselton would probably say, I think my daughter is a bit too taken with fancies rather than reality.
Fill it in.
Like maybe not fully grounded. I'll word it better,
Yes,
but like
yes.
thinks I need to like ground myself a little bit more than I am.
Fair. Yusai.
Yes. I'm not decided on the first name, but I have Jennifer Chumley, my daughter,
Ooh.
who thinks Charles is not very reliable.
May I ask who the mother is?
That is up for debate and perhaps a rumor.
Oh,
Oh.
I'm here for it. So, how long have you been back in Barden Mill?
I'd say back enough that it's not like the talk of the town, but so
No, but
maybe
I'm
like,
saying that you arrived with a daughter as opposed to had a daughter while you
yes,
were here.
I think that would make for better and more interesting developments.
So you arrived with a daughter. So that's right. So since you have not been back that long, right? You've only been back
Mhm.
like 1 or 2 years from being away, perhaps.
I think 1 or 2 sounds good.
Interesting. I like it. Okay. That goes us back to Nugget, your second.
Oh, I could
Yes.
go with my first.
Please.
A playwright and mentor
Mm.
who wait, what would I have to I think, yeah, okay. So he thinks I am his meal ticket because he knows that I'm supposed to marry a noble.
Oh, wow.
And like he
Mm.
found it out
Yeah. Yeah.
like it's unbeknownst to me. I have
Yeah.
no idea that he found. I don't know how he found it out.
Yeah.
But he knows, and now he
Oh.
thinks that I'm
Oh.
going to be a meal ticket. It's like that friend that, you know, the moment you become moderately popular,
Mhm.
that just has like always that screenplay that
Yep.
they want you to
Yep.
show people
Yep.
around, or that mixtape, or
Yeah.
kind of like that. Except,
Yeah.
Hey, bro,
I
can you
respect
show up?
them.
Can you link to my SoundCloud?
Yeah.
But also he's here, which might be a little bit dangerous for you if he knows about your. Yeah.
Mhm.
What-
but
what's his-
also because he's my mentor,
Yeah.
I have no reason to
Yep.
not.
Ooh.
Yeah. What is his name?
Oh, it's got to be. Oh, I know. 2 seconds. Let's go with Clopin. Clopin, Clopin. The jester from The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
All right.
Except shit. Nope, I'll find someone else
Okay.
because he doesn't exist yet.
Okay. Well, I'm sure the name exists.
Probably the name.
Nugget, who's your second connection?
Mm,
Oh, and also, what does Clopin think about you? Oh, I think Roland is my meal ticket.
yeah, I think Roland is my meal ticket.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I'll find another because Clopin by itself, without the association to the Hunchback of Notre Dame, is actually kind of pejorative.
All right.
So
Nugget, your second connection. Now, I will note my last character, his connections were his mother and also the groundskeeper.
Mhm.
It was sort of his ex-boyfriend. It was kind of complicated. It was very scandalous.
I think my mom's dead because
Maybe we bonded over that.
dead moms.
And then she bought your mom's stuff and wears it to parties.
God. Yeah, so my mom died because Charles' mom had to come into the picture. So I
Yes.
think I have
Mm.
I think I have a sister from my mom.
Oh, Oh.
She's 2 years younger than me, so
Mm-hmm.
20, how do I math? 25.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She is married. She's not like me. She got married while we were in France,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mhm.
she's currently visiting and staying with us.
Oh.
Her name, I need a French last name.
Interesting.
Let's see.
You need something old.
Yeah, because I think while we were in France, nobody really knew who we were.
Mhm.
So I think she married well.
Mhm.
So
Mhm. I feel like your father got around, it seems like.
oh, absolutely.
How many wives did your father have at some point?
At least 2.
Yeah.
Stop counting.
Yeah.
Oof. Oof.
Yeah.
There's Malte could be one, like from Maltese.
Mhm.
Otherwise, I'm trying to not have like any noble names.
Mhm.
Maillet, Dauphiné, Bourgogne, Clermont.
Oh, I
Those
like
are
that.
among the old ones.
I like Clermont.
Yeah.
Ooh, Claremont's a
And
fun name.
her first name is, let's see, my name is Harriet.
Mhm.
Her name is Helena.
Ooh.
Yeah. And what does she think about you?
She thinks I take on more responsibility than I need to, or
Mhm.
than I should.
Yeah. Okay. Simon,
Yes.
who's your second?
Well, I have a name for
Oh,
stage name,
yes.
pen name. I don't know what their real name is. They could be someone for all I know.
It's bad, but go ahead.
But I will go
Bad.
with Anselm.
Okay. And your second?
And I think second one. Who do I want to have to
Complicate your life
complicate my life?
and be a tool of plots and schemes?
Yes.
Do you have a bookie? Are you indebted to the mob?
Well, it could have been something that happened while I was away, and they
Mhm.
somehow come back to haunt me.
Could be from Paris. Could be from London. Could be locally.
Did you work as a spy, given your artistic reach, getting through different nations?
Or it could even be like somebody that you have a connection to who like works in one of the other people's estates. I mean, like, you know what I mean? Like there's a
I was planning on making my second my lady's maid because I could not possibly be expected to get ready by myself.
Of course not. That is amazing.
Hold your arms out and wait.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
I wake
how
up
you
and
get
do
ready.
this.
How old is she and what does she think about you?
Oh,
Your
see, I'm
lady's
so
maid.
torn about making her either like a nice grandmotherly figure because, again, my mom's dead, and I don't have a nice, maternal source in my life at the moment. Or making her on my age and get to gossip with her. I'm thinking more maybe she should be a maternal-esque sort of figure, so that's a different form of sway and influence. Because I probably would have told Hattie all my
Yes,
gossipy
of
stuff
course.
before we stopped being friends.
For no reason.
She, yeah, the rumors aren't great. Maybe we'll be friends again someday. But yeah, so my lady's maid, and she thinks. So I also revised what my father thinks. My father thinks Violet is still so young and naive.
Yep.
My lady's maid, what does she think about me? I know ladies' maids can cause all sorts of trouble because they have access to so much shit. Let me read through this journal because everyone journaled in the Regency era. Like, if you were a woman, you had a journal. Like, that's just how it was. It's expected. So I think maybe she thinks that Violet is maybe a little too fiery, maybe a little out of control.
A little out of control. Okay, I like it. You'd say
But a bit of a wild child.
bit of a wild child. I like out of control because that means that maybe she needs to get you controlled.
Uh-huh.
I like it. Yusai, you have who is this you have as your second?
This is Sophia St. Clair, my ex-wife.
How long were you
Ooh.
married?
About 2 weeks before it was forcefully annulled.
Forcefully annulled.
Oh!
Who forcefully annulled your marriage?
I don't know. Like, I can't really say whether it was my family who considered Sophia a gold digger, or maybe even Sophia's family who heard news about what our family had done, and it's like, nope, we're cutting that right
It
off.
was both the families going,
Ooh.
nah.
Yeah, but to give a bit of distinction between and some which I believe is Simon's connection, who
Yeah.
thinks that they're a meal ticket. I think Sophia,
Does not.
she wants to fix me.
Okay. And Simon. who's
I
your
found
second?
my last one. So it is, while I was away, unfortunately, the work of actor or even artist, because I'm not just an actor,
Yes.
also writer, poet,
Yes.
what have you, it doesn't pay much. And if you are going to be away on an extended trip across Europe, and probably even, I think he would have gone maybe like all the way up to India and
Mhm.
back. You can't do that on an actor's pittance.
Yes.
But there's this old man, like lord somewhere in like a remote corner of Normandy called Enguerrand de Foulques, and he wrote a book. He wrote a manuscript that had a lot of potential,
Did you steal it?
and might have published it under my name. Yes. I did fix, so in Roland's mind, like, no, I fixed his manuscript. I did the hard work of editing, and I accept, I deserve to be paid, yes, but not the amount that was. And so it's kind of also a con, because he thought for a while that I would help him with the manuscript, except it got published by the time I come back, to England, to Hexhamshire Moors. I think the book has been out and circulated enough that Sir de Foulques read it, and now he's pissed because now he knows I conned him.
But also, I feel like maybe this book makes you kind of famous a little bit.
No, that's the thing. The book did make me kind of famous and did make me enough money, which is kind of strange for a book in the early 19th century, because it means that it was lightning in a bottle.
Yeah.
But it was only lightning in a bottle because Roland did something to it. It wouldn't have been as good otherwise. It would have been a bit like long. There were passages that needed to be edited out. It's
And what does he think about you?
Oh, he thinks I'm an asshole.
Yeah.
He thinks I'm a thief, a fraud, and he probably thinks that I should be, something very bad should happen to me.
Yeah, I imagine. So we are at that time, and there's one last thing to do so we can be set up for next week. Of course, offline you'll finish filling in this stuff, but each one of you will be playing someone else's connection. Choose one that you would like to play.
Oh, do we get to pick? We get to pick who?
Yes.
Can I be your daughter? You say.
I'm your
I
true
do
love,
great
and
little
you're my
kid
daughter.
voices.
I know you do, Lindy. Absolutely, you can.
Sweet. I'm gonna put Lindy right here.
Am I just missing our 8-year-old from
that's what
Tuesday
that-
nights? Maybe. Because that campaign finished, but it's okay.
I just put my daughter's age as whatever 18 minus my age was, so just.
Lindy has now claimed Jennifer Chumley.
I'm Jennifer Chumley, and I'm 4 years old.
Can I be Lord Brastleton?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna be Lord Brastleton.
Absolutely.
Dad.
Yes.
Call me Daddy.
Don't call me daddy.
Daddy.
Yutai, who would you like to be?
I might need to hear the description again, but Anselm seems like a fun time.
The playwright who's shown up, who knows about the secret engagement and has shown up to get money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As far as like, if you wanted more info on Anselm and their persona and all that, it's all shrouded in mystery.
Well, shroud of mystery.
You can be whatever and whoever you want.
Pull out
all
my
that
worst English accent.
Yes.
you can. And I mean, as far as Roland is concerned, we have a good relationship. I trust you implicitly because you taught me everything.
Absolutely. You listen to me here and we're going to do just fine.
Yeah, please. Yes, I am.
I
here
might
for
have picked
this.
up on a few more things than just acting from you then. I get the feeling.
Love it. Love it.
But yeah.
Simon, would you like to be Leslie Altringham or Helena Claremont?
Oh God. Wait, it's Hattie's half sister or
Hattie's fiance, sort of former fiance. Maybe never officially broken up, but there was all that scandal,
And he's a victim in need of saving.
No, he thinks she is.
Oh, he thinks she's a victim in need of saving. Oh my God, he's that kind of guy.
Yep.
Come on, Simon.
Lady.
But I mean, her feminist reputation is really bad. So I mean,
I think I'm gonna go with Elena just to make sure. I'm not sure about Leslie, so I'll be your half sister.
Love it.
And I'll try to. Oh wait, is she French as well? God damn it!
She is.
We're just
Yep.
gonna have you play all
French
of the
all
French
around.
people.
Yeah.
We
I'm
definitely.
being typecast.
I was
Is
gonna
that what
say
it
we
is?
only asked you to play this game so we could typecast you.
Yes. That's
Yeah.
correct.
Okay.
She's not French. She just married French.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. She married French.
She's
That's
English,
fine.
but
Good,
she
good
married
enough.
French.
And
I
Oh
will.
my god.
And
I
be
will
playing
try
all
to
the
get
other-
my best accent.
Oh, yes, and I'll be playing all the other connections to cause you all trouble.
Wonderful.
And yes, so that is the character creation for Good Society. We have our characters, we have their connections, we have their problems with each other, we have some vicious rivalries, we have, I'm sure everything will be fine, and we will start next week with our first cycle of play, with our first phase, which is the novel phase, which is all of our good RP. And I feel like we should begin with a grand event, something very nice to start us all off at. I feel like we should start off at, how about a lovely sort of May Day sort of festival, where we will all, yes, we will, there'll be perhaps dancing
some
in the village.
performances of like a
Perhaps some
play,
performances.
perhaps.
Well, I don't know. Did you organize that? I mean, you are very important to this town.
We do
I
have
mean,
actors. They need to be put to use. It isn't.
That's so perhaps a performance and some dancing in the village square, perhaps.
Sweet
and-
dancing.
and of course, I imagine some lovely food from the villagers, and it'll be. I imagine it's gonna be something that's quite what's the word? Quaint. Like it'll be outdoors. Sort of like a sort of a public sort of a thing where you out, in nice fields, and I think it'll be what it's like, not inside in a very rich manor house, but like outdoors, and there'll be like, I don't know, villagers out there on the side, and you can all.
There'll be sheep in the distance.
Yes, there'll be sheep in the distance. I imagine it'll be like picnics and all that, like sort of like a really
Oh,
nice.
love a good picnic.
Yes.
Very pastoral.
Yes. Oh, and can we say it might be the first performance of this troupe?
Ooh.
and perhaps a little bit sooner than they would have liked. And also, it's a May Day festival, right? It's like one of these like village festivals that's been around forever, and so maybe it was a little bit early.
Some culture.
Oh, what if they have the place set up? They built like the set and everything in front of our old estate.
Yes.
Would this be
Yes.
the first time we've all essentially seen each other since stuff has happened?
I feel like that might be exciting.
That might be the juiciest.
Yes, I feel like that's very juicy. I feel like there might have been rumors about people being around. Or maybe you two, our siblings, have just arrived back in town for the festival.
Works for me.
If I can suggest a play, I'll pick something from Carlo Goldoni. Because it's very very physical.
Yeah.
Commedia dell'arte, of
Yes,
course.
that is very good.
And I'm thinking, what if maybe part of
This
the
is your
stage
old
was to
estate, by the
fall
way.
on the estate, yeah,
Just-
and
this
like
is
cause
it.
damage, yeah.
There.
Oh my gosh.
The
So
place right here.
Yeah.
This field. Front
Yeah.
of the old
Oh,
Chumley
my-
estate.
that one's my room right there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
right there.
right there.
With
Yeah.
the trees you could sneak out. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm
many
feeling
dalliances.
like maybe the Chumleys, none of the Chumley children who have Chumley as a last
The
name.
Chumley children. I'm sorry.
None of like perhaps you are arriving back in town, right? Because you're coming back in, and yeah.
Oh, that'll be fine.
I have the perfect play.
I'm ready.
Il Bugiardo, which is the liar,
Oh,
which is, a play about people lying and shit.
nice.
Mhm.
I feel like we're good, and I feel like here's the thing, y'all are maybe perhaps not ready, right? Because it's too soon. Like you haven't been here. You haven't been installed long enough to be able to like just have it all ready, and like it's like, but the festival, you've got to like
And
Like,
my
the
heart's
peasants
not
have some
in it.
entertainment too.
yes,
Uh,
yes, it's a bit of a pageant.
uh,
I'm excited for the return of the Chumley children. And also this play that is not yet ready. And we have to find out. Okay, hey audience. Guess what, audience? Guess what? We have to find out who's gonna be the Queen of the May.
May
Oh, yeah, they
Queen.
do have stuff like that, don't
Yes.
Yes, they do. Who's gonna be the May Queen? Who's the most beautiful young lady in our little village?
It's a good question.
Oh, well, that's not going to be at all exciting. It's going to be exciting next week. Someone's going to be the May Queen. And yeah. Okay, I'm going to turn this over to Lindy. But before I do, Lindy's going to have us all do our outros, I'm sure.
Yes.
I'd like to have each person say what their character might be looking forward to with the May pageant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna go around. We're gonna say who we are, where we can find you. Why Tesla's the cutest cat ever. But no, not really that last one. But she is though. Where was
May
I? Who we
Festival,
are,
everybody.
where we can find
May
you.
Festival.
The question that Trooper asked about the May Festival. What are you most looking forward to about the May Festival? And then also, what did you particularly enjoy about tonight, about this character creation, since this is the first time a lot of us have played this game before? Yes. And we will start with, let's start with our facilitator. And we're just going to go in reverse order. Why not?
Ooh. I'm Trooper SJP. That's I should more like pew pew pew. And you can find me at Trooper SJP here on the Twitch. Academic Foxhole on the Twitter. Today is Wednesday, so RPGs this week. Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern. My channel, Trooper SJP, will be City of Light and Shadow with Lindy and Little Red Dot. Sunday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, over at Praxagora of the Smophoria, will be Witcher Roads Home, also with Little Red Dot. We're siblings in that one, but there's not really a love triangle. I mean, there kind of is. I wouldn't worry about it. What I enjoyed about character creation is there's some spiciness going on. Like I really appreciated some of the surprise relationships going on, and I feel like some people have got revenge on their mind, and I feel like Simon's character is sketchy, and I actually feel like there are a lot of sketchy people, and I am so here for it. I feel like the least sketchy person is Jennifer Chumley, but I feel like everybody else is in no way. I feel like there's some sketchiness going on.
I don't know. Maybe I'll play a super sketchy 5-year-old. You know.
That's fair. You could be. I don't want to judge you. I'm really excited to find out how this is all going to work out. And the thing is, you all have these secret desires that you've got going on. I'm excited to see how that all works out. And I will note that, your desires can change over time. And as we go through our cycle next week, for all of you who are players, but also the audience, we'll talk about, what we do in each of those phases and how it all progresses. But I want to just say I was most excited about the all-in bad decisions that everyone was making in the best possible way. And I am most looking forward to finding out who's going to be the Queen of the May Festival. That is what I am most looking forward to.
Exciting.
Yes.
Someone who might not be Queen of the May Festival, but was typecast for this show. Just kidding. I don't do that. But Simon, how are you? How was your evening?
But Lindy, you said you wanted someone to play all the French characters. Oh, sorry.
Yes, that's all the French characters in this English Regency game. You know it.
Not likely to be cast Queen of the Festival, but likely to be cast a Drama Queen.
Oh, maybe I'll be the Drama Queen of the May Festival.
Hi, everyone. I'm Simon, also known as Wandering DM. So I'll start with the thing that I am eager the most for next week. And that's going to be how quickly everything will devolve. Because I get the feeling that this is just, the pot is boiling. It's not overflowing, but it's like one bubble away. And like someone definitely needs to blow on it a bit to cool it down a few. But yeah, no, what I've liked about tonight, I was expecting, I don't know exactly what I was expecting, but it wasn't exactly what we had tonight. I had a lot of fun doing character creation. I like all the relationship that we, created between ourselves and this tangled web of drama that we have. And
so tangled.
And as a, for GM, I love the fact that you can just throw some NPCs in the hands of other players and be like, yeah, you are them now.
Oh, and it's delicious, by the way. So much drama. Love it.
I love it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm a narrative designer by day. We have our new Kickstarter for Survive Until Daylight, our co-op sort of comic book inspired zombie game, which is kind of like Munchkin, if y'all played Munchkin, but co-op. The Kickstarter was announced. We go live next week. So if you go and search for Survive Until Daylight, you're going to see it. On Kickstarter, you can click the little button to be notified and blah, 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 and all the shit. And there's a trailer that I kind of half wrote for the game as well. So you can go and see that. It's awesome. Otherwise, on Thursday, which is tomorrow. Holy shit, it's tomorrow. Tomorrow on the Wandering DM channel, we are playing Inspectors, which is our penultimate episode. Where our strapped for cash ghost hunters are going to go to Disneyland to try to find a mad scientist who's been...
I'm sorry, is it in Florida still?
Yes, we're playing entirely in Florida.
World.
Yeah, we're going into Disney World.
Like, there's 2 Floridians here right now. You can't just California us like that.
Sure.
By the way, I just suspect that maybe Hattie might be partially responsible for that, Noble knowing that you totally stole his stuff. I just feel like that. I don't know. I'm just feeling like that could definitely be a thing.
Haven't you had enough, Hattie? Aren't you satisfied?
No, never. I will never be satisfied.
You ruined her life.
You will be consumed by evil. And on Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern, same channel, we're playing mythological RPG Scion, where all of our friendly group of players, the godlings, have met their parents for the second time, and some might have been chastised by their parents, where they expected laurels instead. Oh, and on Sunday, of course, I play the best character ever. Kaderin, a veteran in our Witcher game on Praxagorathus Mephoria. Come for the double entendres and
It's more like
stay
a
for
single entendre, but
stay for the sexual tension and the shipping that Trooper has of mine and Lindy's character.
when I said there was a kind of a love triangle, Simon's character was what I was talking about. Yeah,
It's all in your head.
it's like a quadrangle at this point in time.
He
You know,
made
it's
a
complicated.
meme last
did.
week. It was like Kaderin and Brenna bickering. Is this sexual tension with the butterfly? And it was just, it's not though.
Wait, Simon, what's the name of your game? I'm trying to find it on Kickstarter.
Oh, let me grab
Yeah,
you the link and
drop
post
a
it in
link in
chat.
the chat.
Thank you.
Please
I was
do
going to
that.
do it for you.
I don't do that normally.
Well, you
But
can
yes,
do it
I
tonight.
will. Yes. It's oops. Why doesn't it? Oh, because it's not live yet.
Well, you can.
No, it's
link-
okay. There's the page for it.
Oh,
It's
good.
just
Okay.
it's a all the
Like
preview.
notify me whenever. Blah blah blah. Yeah.
Yeah. I need to post it somewhere. Survive. I'll post it in the Kickstarter in the chat in a second, so everyone else can go.
Wonderful. Yes. So, someone who drops links like they're hot sometimes is Nugatosaurus. I don't know. I'm sorry.
I don't think I've ever dropped a link. Like, what?
Well,
Okay.
but it was really hot though. Do you know what I mean? I was just like, oh,
Yeah, it just burnt my hands, you know. Hi, I'm Nugatosaurus.
I've given you worse intros.
You have. You're not wrong. You can find me here on Mondays and Tuesdays playing in well actually none of our games are going right now.
Well, we're supposed to have
do
Mondays, but
Yeah.
people have COVID
Have been sick.
so we've not played the past
Yeah.
2 Mondays, but next week I'm hoping people
Next
are better.
Yes. So
Interesting.
on Mondays we play in a Magic the Gathering Dungeons and Dragons game where I play a fallen angel who's having some weird dreams and people keep trying to kidnap me. It fucking sucks.
do you dream they're
Tuesdays-
trying to kidnap you?
No.
Or do they try
I
to
have
kidnap you
weird
while you're
dreams.
dreaming?
I have weird dreams. And then when I wake up, either I've been kidnapped or there are people
Or
trying
people
to kidnap me.
you.
Rude.
Yeah, rude, very rude. Tuesdays, we're doing a bunch of one-shots right now while we
Mhm.
get, geared up for our next campaign. And then you can also find me on Lindy's channel on the occasional Saturday when we play in our Aliens game, DM'd by producer Trav, who is a fantastic DM. He's very cinematic and amazing. I love him so much. What am I looking forward to at the Mayfair? I am looking forward to see if anybody recognizes us because we've been gone for 10 years and how they react.
Oh,
Yeah, because this will be the first time they've seen us.
may I
and
ask you a
then-
question?
Yes.
It's just a small question though, and I'm not stirring the pot. I would never do that.
Oh, you would never.
Never.
I would never. Do you think that Violet, as the daughter of a really, really important, like the aristocratic family here, like always wins Queen of the May Festival like every year? Do you feel like that has been the case for like the last like 3 or 4 years?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it might, rumor has it
Yeah.
that it's a little rigged.
I mean, I might have heard that too. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if she'll win this year.
Interesting.
Oh,
We'll see.
We'll see.
But yeah, and then my favorite part about character creation was how collaborative it is, because this is I've only ever really played Dungeons and Dragons, and most of the time you create a character kind of in a vacuum. You might do a little bit of collab, but not much.
Like when I go, hey, you want to date on Monday nights?
Do you
And
want
she's
to
like,
be girlfriends? Absolutely. Outside of that, it's not really, you don't really, say, hey, what do you think about this? Or, let's be siblings and do this kind of thing together. And I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. It's gotten me so hyped for the rest of the campaign. I'm here for the drama. I'm here for the knives. I'm here for everything.
I don't have to break. Here's the thing. I don't have to do anything with the knives. You all have the knives, and then you're going to stab each other. I'm very excited about it.
Wonderful. Someone who might do some stabbing, Utsai, how are you?
I love to stab.
Yeah.
Well, folks, you can find me at my Twitter. Pretty much that's where I'm mostly social. Best part about tonight, I have to agree with our game runner here, Trooper, that I do love how we all just collectively looked at the options like, so how do we make our lives worse?
So good.
But one part of the system that I forgot about, because I have played like the one time before this, that these connection cards that we're using, like they hint at something, and that might just be, we're old friends, that's it, or we might be secret old flames, and it's like, oh, okay,
nice.
Wasn't what I was expecting. I have no idea how to kind of roll with this, but I'll roll with it. So that was and then from there we kind of built on top, and everything started intermingling, and we got a spicy pot of something here.
And like, I have got questions. We'll find out as the game progresses. Like, does Charles still have feelings for Roland or not? Or does Charles have feelings for Roland, but those feelings are anger? Like, I don't know what they are. What are Roland's feelings for Charles? What is going on? Because there is a giant like triangle happening.
There is a triangle.
And do the Chumley children know that Roland is here? Is that why they're here? Like, what is happening? I'm gonna find out.
And as far as what I'm looking forward to the most next week, I mean, already like midsummer, so I'm just looking forward to all that shade that's going to be around. Yes, this is currently the only show I'm doing. Invite anyone else want to invite me to more. I love doing these. It's a lot of fun to meet new folks. But yeah, looking forward to next week.
Wonderful. I as well am looking forward to next week, and I'm the only person who hasn't gone yet, so I could say, if I were arrogant, the part I'm looking forward to next week is being the May Queen again. But, that would not be quite accurate. Honestly, I'm just most looking forward to meeting all of these characters with life breathed into them.
Yeah.
Because we've created them, but you haven't like...
Yep.
How do I say this without it being creepy or weird? Like slipping on a new skin or putting on a new pair of shoes. You gotta break them in a little bit. You gotta see what they're about. Shoes is definitely a better analogy than skin. Even though
that was a little weird.
Yeah, it's get used to it here on the Laugh Love Lindy channel. That's the Laugh Love Weird Introductions channel. Yeah. Anyways, so that's what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to just getting to know all these wonderful tortured souls, and I'm also looking forward to seeing when their side characters come up and seeing how that all works with each of us playing side character, because that'll be a lot of fun, I think. You can find me here. I Laugh Love Lindy. This is my channel. I play games. You can find us on Mondays for Innistrad, as Nugget said, which will hopefully be back next week, and hopefully as well people just not feel sick anymore. And we can play a one-shot on Tuesday as well, very soon. I'm looking at the calendar. In like 2, maybe 3 more weeks, there will be a mini campaign on Tuesday nights, GM'd by producer Trav. I will leave you in anticipation of what that is, but I can tell you, he's combined Blade Runner and Aliens and Predator and some other things we haven't quite figured out yet in our Aliens game. It is a mishmash of 2 different... not only 2 different IPs, but 2 different systems. that he is mishmashing together, and it should be very entertaining, if not interesting. But I will not give further details because he's still prepping it, and I'm still making assets for it. So, stay tuned in further weeks for that announcement. Also, we will have an Aliens game, hopefully, later this month, and you can find me on Troopers channel for our penultimate finale for the main group of our City of Light and Shadow, and of course on Sunday for some Witcher. But that is all. Thank you all
Wait,
so.
You didn't say what was your favorite part of character creation.
Oh, my favorite part of character creation. You're right. I didn't answer my own question. There's so many good parts. I was also like doing a lot of tech at the time, so I was partially distracted.
I see that you've added your second negative tag, which is incompetent.
I felt like that went with my reputation because, like, the way my NPCs think about me, I was like, you know what? I probably think I'm a bit incompetent. That's probably my social reputation. Which, and also,
It may not be true.
It's true.
may
And
not
if I
be
also
true.
invited a bunch of theater kids
Yes.
to live in my old best friend's estate, maybe, you know, that also reflects incompetently on me. So, you know, it's fine. I will live with my tags. I enjoyed. I thought it was really interesting, the cards that we got to pick that revealed our secrets, and I love the fact that they're secrets. Like, we don't fully know what everyone's short and long-term goals are, and I think it'll be really exciting, and I can't wait to see the looks on everyone's faces when they do come out. So that's my favorite part about character creation. I can't wait to see what goes on further. Thank you all for watching so much. Until next time, have fun and play games.